All right. And what's up, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another stream. Today we got a great show for you guys. And for those who seem to not understand what weeks are and what my show is, E3 was actually this week, not last week. E3 ended on Tuesday, if I'm not correct. So yeah, we're going to talk about E3 for the rest of this week. If you don't like it, or if you feel that it's old, feel free to blank avatar yourself somewhere else. I come before the pre-show and said, wasn't it last week? Do you not have a sense of time, my man? E3 Tuesday was the damn Nintendo Direct. Today is Thursday. What's your definition of last week? Anyway, what's up, everyone? OJ here. Welcome to the stream. Thank you guys so much for being here. I do appreciate it. Pay no mind to people who apparently don't know what days things start and end and come into live streams to let me know it. Literally, we just had the Nintendo Direct, not yesterday, but the day before. But anyway, shout out to everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you want to talk about E3 and what happened there and everything like that and what could happen next, you can stay. If you want to be a dumbass and say stuff like that, you can leave. Excuse my French. I'm sorry, man. I just saw the comment. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? Old news? This is my show. I'll talk about whatever the hell I want. All right, let's see here. On with the $5. I heard the circus was in town. It's here early. The circus has been in town for a bit afterwards. We're gonna discuss it though. We're gonna get into it. Thank you for the $5. But yeah, man, I see there's definitely clown bozo mode activated on Twitter quite a bit. It looks like there's a little bit of remnants that are coming dripping into the comment section here too. A couple people at least. But thank you for the 5. I appreciate that, Aron. Also, shout outs to Sam B. Thank you for the $5. Is Dead Island music copyrighted? If you can play Dead Island, Who Do You Voodoo? Yeah, that track is definitely copyrighted. So I'm not gonna play that. But if you want me to play something else, you don't have to donate again, Sam. Just tag me in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to play a track for you from something that's not copyrighted. So yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and get into some shout outs, or actually no, ninja news. All right, so let's go. Let's see here. So I was looking at my the video this morning. This morning's video did pretty good. I mean, we're kind of back to normal standard stuff post E3 hype. But shout out to the 7.5 thousand people that watched 6th best video out of my top 10. Remember, we got new videos every day on the channel. 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. 7:30 a.m. Eastern time on the channel. Weekends, just look for them. They'll be up. So weekends will be more like discussion videos. Black Keely stuff, my new video editing series. I have a new series that I'm going to be doing. So weekends are going to be a little bit of different type of content, but it's still going to be good though. Like it'll be like there'll be other type of content for you guys on weekends, but most of the time, any of the normal stuff will be during the week, Monday through Friday. What else? Other ninja news. Yeah, we're at 527 Elite Ninja. We almost got the 530 last night. 550. I think we get a new emote at 550 or 600. I'm not 100% sure, but we do. I feel very confident in the last two marks that we hit. So I'm gonna go ahead and commission someone for some emotes. So you guys will have a poll up on either on Twitter or on YouTube, one of those two, and you guys will be able to vote for what franchises you want to see or what IP you want to see for emotes. So I'll have that up on the channel, and then I'll commission somebody to make some emotes for me real quick. All right, guys. So yeah, let's see if we can hit 530 Elite Ninja. That's what I want to hit today. 530. Want to keep that climb up to 1,000 by the end of the year. We hit our goal of 500 by E3. Let's see if we can get to 1,000 by the end of the year. That's a lot of time to get to 1,000, but it is still about double where we're at right now. So if you're not an Elite Ninja, definitely see if you can become one. It's $1 and it gets you access to our emotes, our Discord, play games against me, with me. We're gonna be playing Mario Golf. Very soon here, we're gonna be playing some Mario Golf. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. We play Smash Brothers. We're gonna be playing that when Kazuya comes out. We have Mario. We're gonna be playing Mario Party when that comes out. Usually we play like Mario Kart, Splatoon, games like that. So next week we're gonna be back to it. We're probably gonna like start with like Mario Kart, something like that next week. So every Wednesday night. So become an Elite Ninja. Help out the stream. It's like I said, it's only $1. It's the best Elite Ninja program or membership. Elite Ninja, I should say membership, because some of you guys are like, what's an Elite Ninja? So yeah, thank you to the 500 plus people that are already that have become Elite Ninjas. So thank you. And I just put up a pinned message at the top. You can click there, or you can click the link in the description or join button on there. So I'm done with my daily shilling. So let's go ahead and let's get into shout outs. If you're here in the chat, feel free to say hi. I'll be more than happy to say hi back to all my lovely people here. Let's go ahead and let's get Aron. And let's get Aron and Sam B up on the top stream board here. So let's see here. All right, so Sam B and plus Aron. Both of you guys are the Hokages of the stream for right now, and the top stream. Just remember, if you do drop a donation like Aron did or Sam B, request a track so I know what to play for you guys. Okay, anything that's not copyrighted. Anything that's not copyrighted though. Thank you for the 5. Next person who does beat out that Aron or Sam B, you get 2 checks. Nate E with the 5, and he says OJ should do a whole stream playing Mario Golf using motion controls. Would love the Pokemon Red and Blue Champions battle theme. Okay, I don't know if I want to do that, to be honest. It's not as comfortable using motion controls in my room like this. Maybe if I'm just like by myself, but I don't know about in my office like this, you know. Pokemon Red and Blue. Hey, shout outs Fluffy Dogs. Good to see you here, man. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Champions theme. Champions theme. All right, what's up, Sabo? Welcome to the stream. Shout outs to Mellow Wolf from Down Under. Good to see you here. Welcome to the stream, my boy. Good to see you here. Curtis Lanova. What's up? Monado Mario. Cedric says you bought it full price. Hey, you're up late to watch the stream, bro. Thank you for that. I appreciate the support. Two Dumb Cats says nothing on Time Splitters. Not yet, man. It's gonna take a while, dude. They just announced it, so don't expect anything soon. They literally just announced it. It's not even really like in full-scale development yet, you know? Thank you for the 5, though. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the 5, Mr. Nate E. Appreciate that. Juice Man Vaughn, good to see you here. Michael Regan, so stoked. What are you stoked for, Michael Regan? What are you hype about? Yo, YZ250 Moto with the $10 donation coming through Super Chat. This is off topic. It just made me, or does Roger Space look like Elon Musk's son? You know, I never thought about that, but yeah, he kind of does have a little bit of a Elon Musk type of look to him. I don't think, is Elon Musk old enough to have somebody, because Roger's 30. So I don't think Elon Musk is old enough to have a 30-year-old son. But yeah, maybe Elon Musk is like little brother, you know, or maybe Elon Musk's cousin. Because, like, Roger's actually a lot older than you think he is. You know, he just takes immaculate care of himself. He doesn't smoke or drink or do anything. Well, he doesn't, like, drink heavily or smoke or do drugs or anything like that. So he looks a lot younger than he actually is. But thank you for the $10, though. I appreciate that, YZ250 Moto. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Sebastian Guerrero with the $5 also says, hey, OJ, please play Counterattack. All right, I got you, man. Play some Counterattack for you, Sebastian. Thank you for the support. A2 Junior, thank you guys for rolling through with the donations today, man. I appreciate that. Juice once again. Michael Regan straight up. OJ Awesome. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that, man. Positive vibes. I feel you, bro. I feel you. Steven Dodo, what's good, man? Welcome to the stream. Vinny Mac. Good to see all you guys here. Welcome. How are you guys doing today? Hopefully, you guys are having a good. Hopefully, you guys are having a good day. I know I am. So yeah, guys, don't give up on the amiibo. And don't give up on the special edition for Metroid Dread. You'll get it. Like I didn't get the amiibo yesterday, or whatever, or like the days that. And like I got 2 of them this time. You know, today. So they'll restock. They'll put more in. You know, there'll be more opportunities. Just don't sweat it. Let's see here. Choose Rogue. I don't know how to say that name. What's good, man? Welcome to the stream. Man with the plan. Hey, what's up, man with the plan? YZ250 Moto. I'm gonna play some Mega Man music for you if I remember. Just remind me in the chat. You are the top stream ninja though, so you get 2 tracks. So I know you like the Mega Man theme, so I'll just roll with those for you. All right, YZ. YZ250. Thank you for that 10. Once again, top stream ninja. Shout outs to my man YZ250 Moto. Appreciate the support, dude. I really do. Thank you. Oh, never mind. Chaos by Design with the $15 holla. He's just glad I can make it live again. Keep up the good luck. Actually, no, that's not a $15. That's a Toby Buster. Let's freaking go. And then Aron with the JoJo. Okay, sorry. I got schmixed. I got absolutely schmixed. And there was this one. The JoJo there. Aron with the $10 says, imagine asking for counterattack. When incoming is clear the superior track. And then Chaos by Design did the 15. Okay, I got you. I got both of you guys. All right, I got all you guys on there. Thank you so much, Chaos by Design. K, he's back, my man. Chaos by Design. KBD in the house with the 15. Thank you so much, KBD. Appreciate that. Appreciate the 15. That does make you the top stream ninja, stream Hokage as well. I'm not sure what video game tracks you want though, so let me know in the chat. Let me start getting this music popping though before I get behind, because we're already going to be behind quite a bit. All right, so let's see here. Next up is counterattack. Counterattack. What's up, Charity? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Good to see you here. Shout outs to Aron. Thank you for the 10 though. Appreciate that. But you're actually, Aron, that actually makes you tied with KBD for the Hokage lead. So we got to add Aron on here. Shout outs. I don't know what xCloud on iOS proper. I don't know. I don't follow that, so I don't know why you're asking me, bro. But I have no idea about xCloud and when it's going to come to iOS, man. So, I mean, you can stop asking. Let's see here. Curtis Lenova, what's good? Welcome. Robert Rogers, what's good? Welcome. Real Fast, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Yeah, there'll be more. I'm not sweating it. I mean, a lot of you guys get too paranoid about these special editions and stuff. Just relax. There'll be more. Or you can go in store and actually like pre-order in store. Like a lot of people are doing that, you know. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Just want to support. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Shout outs, Aron. I appreciate that, bro. I really do. Hopefully you're doing okay. Hopefully it's not too hot in your neck of the woods. I'm doing good, Charity. How are you? My hand's fine, guys. It's completely healed. I'm Wolverine. It's probably not completely healed, but I'm telling myself that it is. My hand is fine. Look, full functionality. Okay, well, maybe I shouldn't do that. But full functionality of my hand. I'm okay. Guys, trust me. I'm much tougher than I look. I'm good. Hey, what's up, Bead Queen? Welcome to the stream. Uncario, what's good, man? Welcome. Welcome. Casual One, what's good, man? Welcome to the stream. Party Man. Mr. Valdez. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 restocks, slim to none. Jeffrey Tucker with the $10 donation. So I've been hating on Breath of the Wild for years, even doing so the other day. Well, I got the paraglider in this game as Amazeballs. Can you play Silent Hill? There's a paraglider in the first game too, though. Can you play Silent Hill 3? Breeze in the Monochrome Night? Thanks. Absolutely, I can play that for you. Thank you for the $10. Why would you hate on Breath of the Wild? Breath of the Wild's freaking awesome. Then again, there's a lot of people who hate on Breath of the Wild. Anytime a game is super popular, people will hate on it. You know what I'm saying? So it makes sense. That's actually normal. Not everyone's gonna like everything in it, and the more popular people talk about a game, the more people are going to say I don't like this game, or people are gonna chime in. So it makes sense, to be honest. Thank you for the $10 though. I appreciate that. Marine Geek, what's up, man? Welcome. But Jeffrey, seriously, man, thank you for the 10. Last of Us player, how you doing today, bro? Welcome. Dior Wilson, once again, what's good? How you doing today? Bro, I was 150. Yeah, it was freaking hot today. Was it 115 where you're at? Oh man, dude. Oh man. Yeah, apparently it was hot everywhere today. So yeah, the high today was 106. So I got excessive heat warnings on my phone, 24/7. Heat warning, heat warning, heat warning, heat warning. Don't go outside, you'll die. I worked out this morning though outside, and it was nice. It was nice in the morning. There was an overcast. It wasn't super hot at all. I'm in Oakland and it's hot. Yeah. Damage controlling fanboy. What's good? Welcome. Paul Thompson. What's good? Welcome to the stream, guys. Good to see you guys all here. Let's see here. OJ's Ethan Winters. That guy is corny. I don't like that guy. Let's see here. Isn't there like a huge heat wave from the West Coast all the way to the Midwest? Seems like it, from what everyone's understanding. Because I think Bead Queen, she's over there in the Midwest too, and she was like, it was really hot over there too. So I'm guessing, yeah, it went from all the way from California all the way to the Midwest. So yeah, it's winter here in Australia at the moment. Yeah, different part of the world, completely different part of the world. So yeah. Let's see here. Can you play Karen's theme from Street Fighter Alpha 3? All right, let me get that in since you didn't put it in your. So I remember. Other people put theirs in, so I will. No. So let me play his next, because otherwise I'll forget. Because I'm old. Karen's theme. Street Fighter Alpha 3. All right, shout outs. Appreciate that. Thank you guys for the support. Do appreciate that. All right, let's see here. Two Dumb Cats, only 85 in Illinois, Chicago suburbs. Mac Mega, what's up, man? Welcome. Welcome. Angel Page, what's good? Welcome. John Mitchell or Michelli? I don't know how to say the name. You said you laughed when I tried to break the box. Yeah, I tried to break the box and I broke my pinky instead. Mega Lee, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Riley Peddler, what's good? Welcome. Welcome. I think America's the only place that uses degrees like we do. I think everywhere else uses like Celsius. Like, or uses like Fahrenheit, or everywhere else uses like Celsius, and we use Fahrenheit or whatever. So yeah, it's another one of the weird things that America does. Same thing like with weight too. Like people like use like kilos and stuff like that, whereas like we use like pounds. All right, let's see here. Blaze 2000, Adam Jensen, Metroid Dread Amiibo and SP out of stock. Well, I don't really. There's nothing to really think about it. They go in and out of stock. They get more than like today. There was more that came in than they get more. So I'm not really. There's nothing to really think about it. When they get more in, they'll sell more. So it's not like anything that's like, oh, I'm angry or anything like that, or oh no, like I don't. Some of you guys are like that, and I'm not really like that. Just whenever they come in stock, I got literally two Amiibos today. I was able to get two. So just have Wario 64 ready to go. So yes, cool. That's good. It's a good thing. It's a good thing that people are actually interested in buying Metroid again. You know, so that's a good thing. Starboy, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Pounds old school UK still use stones. Yeah. Majority of countries use kilometers per hour. Yeah. There'll be more. Just relax, guys. Or like I said, go in store and actually pre-order in store. Let's see. This will be the best-selling Metroid for sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because like that's the reason I wanted to talk about it today. Like it's already #1 on Amazon, and like we've already seen like a lot of excitement. Like I did a poll today because I'm trying to like fill out my content for like the next couple weeks. Like what videos you guys want to see on the channel. So I did a poll up on the channel about, you know, what was your most exciting like Switch exclusive announcement, you know, like game that you guys were excited for, you know, and Metroid Dread is actually insanely close to Breath of the Wild 2. Like I was expecting it to be a little bit further, but right now we have nearly 6K votes, and Metroid Dread has 35% of the vote. Breath of the Wild 2 has 39% of the vote, and SMT5, don't sleep on that game this holiday, man. That has 19% of the vote. So, like, the fact that, you know, Metroid Dread is even near Breath of the Wild 2. I mean, obviously, it's not going to sell anywhere near. Breath of the Wild 2 is going to sell like 40 million, dude. I swear, like, that game's going to sell like 40. I swear to you, that game's going to sell like 40 million. Like, I kid you not, because I'm positive that's going to be a much better game than the original. And we're going to have way more Switch systems on the market by the time that the game comes out. There's going to be 100 million plus. And when it's all said and done, that game's probably going to be one of the best-selling games of all time. But it's still good to see that the hype is there for Metroid Dread, because it's coming out like soon. It's coming out, you know, in the next few months. So that's a good thing. That's definitely a good thing. So let's see here. Nate E with another $5 coming through, and he says, "I just need RGT to play Balan Wonderworld. Everyone needs to buy Metroid for that alone. No track." All right, I got you, man. I think that's part of it. People are buying it just so they can make sure RGT, you know, does that. I think that's definitely part of it. So definitely part of it. All right, I'm gonna play some Mega Man X4 intro theme for YZ. But that's definitely part of it for sure. Oh man, you feel Metroid is more hype? I can wait a little longer for Breath of the Wild 2. Yeah, we got Metroid this year. You know, we got Advance Wars this year. By the way, don't sleep on that game Advance, which is actually really good. Online multiplayer with that one too. Local and online, of course. You know, don't sleep on SMT5. You know, we got some pretty good games. RGT's gonna have to eat so much crow when Metroid sells well. Yeah, I definitely, I don't know if he's gonna cover the sales of like the pre-order sales and all that, you know. It was so funny too because he was like on Twitter, like I was like, yo, RGT, you're gonna have to play Balan. And then he was like, oh, well, did it Fire Emblem Three Houses top the charts too on Amazon? Did that sell over 3 million? I'll wait, because he thought that it didn't sell over 3 million. And then I was like, bro, what do you mean? The game sold 3 million last year. We haven't even gotten an update. The game sold 3.02 million last year, like in June or July or something like that. So it's definitely above that right now, you know? So he didn't know that. So then I'm like, bro, look, it sold 3 million last year. It's the best selling game in the series, you know? And then he was like, and then he just we're just messing with each other back and forth. And he was like, oh, well, it doesn't sell well in Japan, but Metroid's more popular in America and in Europe than it is in Japan, like Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem is not as popular as Metroid in the Americas, like like Western territories. But the problem is that in Japan, like Metroid is just not popular, so the sales have never been good, you know. But Fire Emblem is very popular. It's more balanced in terms of the popularity of Fire Emblem, you know. But I think that since it's Metroid Dread, you know, the fact that it's Metroid Dread, that's the big thing. Yo, Dawson with the California smash. Let's go. Yo, Dawson, the All Might from Puerto Rico. Let's get it. Hitting us with that 30. Shout out to my boy. I appreciate you, dude. Seriously. Shout outs to my brothers down south, off to the right. Let's go. Dawson with the 30 says, given my post E3 celebration dono, can't escape the recurring not worth full price debate for every single release. Shout outs to the village and our Hokage. Play your favorite Metroid track. We'll definitely get that going for you. I'm gonna play some Silent Hill for my man Jeffrey Tucker. I'm gonna play some Silent Hill for him, and then we'll definitely get your tracks going, guys. Definitely get your tracks going. Thank you for the 30. Dawson, you actually get 4 tracks. So if you wanna DM me some more tracks, feel free. If you want me to just play Metroid music, just let me know in the chat. I can just play straight up like 4 different Metroid tracks. So that'll make it easier, I think, when people become top stream ninja. Just request a franchise instead of like, just request a franchise and I'll play 4 separate tracks or whatever you get from that franchise. So I don't have to sit there and constantly look at different ones. That might be easier to do. So make sure you pick a franchise that you really like the music. Silent Hill 3, Breeze, and Monochrome Nights. All right, let's get some smooth tunes from my man Jeffrey Tucker. Thank you so much for the support, man. I appreciate that. Dawson, let's also get your name up on the board here as well. You guys give some love, give some Nook. I don't see enough Nook bells for my man Dawson. He just became top stream ninja. I don't see enough love for Dawson. What? Dawson's a roundtable member? Let's go. Give this man some Nook bells. Give this man some Nook bells. All right, let's see here. All right. Dawson, 31. Appreciate that, man. This track is really low. This track is super low because it's playing, and apparently, it's apparently on, what's it called? Okay, yeah, this track, the levels on this track. Okay, here we go. It finally starts up after a while. I guess it's time for me to play the other 2D Metroids. Yeah, it might be time for you to play the other 2D Metroids. Well, Metroid, again, has been a popularity in Japan thanks to the Samus having her own Zero Suit design. LOL, JK. I think that this will be the best-selling Metroid in Japan in a long time. I think that this is the best-selling. It will be the best-selling Metroid in Japan in a very long time. Like, it's already doing pretty good numbers there. And I feel like the design of Metroid Dread, like the white, is definitely more appealing to the Japanese audience. So I'm gonna go with that. Like the whole robots, combined with the 2D gameplay, combined with the white outfit and just the look of Samus and the positioning of early October game. I think that's really good. It gives it enough time space in between Pokemon, you know, and stuff like that, you know, so, and SMT5. So I think that it's going to be a good one, you know. I think it's going to be a good one. Yeah. Is it gonna break 3 million? I think it's gonna break 3 million pretty easily. Yeah, I think it's gonna do at least 5 million. That'd be like the minimum that I think. I think it's gonna do 4 to 5 million minimum. I mean, it could do better, but we got to see how good the game is. Like, we got to see like the replay value. We got to see, you know, what's going on with everything there first before we sit there and say exactly what the reach is going to be, like what the review scores are. We got to see all that plays a part into it. What's up, Master Dragon? So yeah. So yeah, definitely got to play the Metroid games. If you have a Wii U, you can play a lot of Metroid games. You can play Metroid Fusion. You can play Metroid, Super Metroid. Well, you can play Super Metroid on the Switch too. But yeah, there's Metroid Zero Mission. You can play that. Metroid Fusion. Obviously, Samus Returns is locked on the Nintendo 3DS. You can play. There's Metroid Pinball. You know, that's on the DS, so you're gonna need a 3DS for that as well. So yeah, there's some good games. Super Metroid, play that. There's no need to play the original Metroid. Just play Metroid Zero Mission. That's just a remake of the original Metroid, so just play that one. Call anyone who doesn't buy Metroid sexist and bully them into buying it. Yeah, that's what you gotta do. That's the way to do it these days. In 2021, that's the way to do it. Charity says, I honestly don't know what Metroid is, but I know it must be good. I've seen the name a lot on Twitter. Well, it's a gaming franchise. It's a gaming franchise. It stars one of Nintendo's oldest characters. Her name's Samus Aran. She's a alien enhanced female super soldier that's a bounty hunter, and she travels the galaxy, like think like Star Wars or something like that. She travels the galaxy like fighting space pirates and evil people, and you know, doing bounties for people apparently. So all right, so this is done here. So let's go and let's get this next track. All right, next up is Metroid. Metroid music, or actually no, Aron's track. We have let's see here, incoming from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So yeah, that's essentially what Metroid is. It's a great series. It's a really good series. It's also Metroid Zero Mission. For those who don't know, that's the first appearance of Zero Suit Samus. You know, where you can actually fight with Samus and use Samus outside of her suit. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, Japan loves robots. They do love their robots. They do. They do. So yeah, let's see here. Did Pikmin 3 Deluxe sell 3 million? I think it sold over 2 million, so it was the best-selling Pikmin game in the series. But I don't think Pikmin sales have any indication on what Samus is like Metroid sales. I don't think there's any correlation between the two, to be honest. Skip It says Pokemon Snap, 2D Metroid, Cruising USA, Advance Wars. Yo, Nintendo was back in the early 2000s. It's so hype. Let these games just prove Nintendo we want old IPs back. Yeah. I look at the Cruising game again. Yeah, that game looks interesting. It looks like, yeah, old school arcade fun. But it's good to see Advance Wars. It's good to see, you know, 2D Metroid. Good to see Pokemon Snap. Yeah, the early 2000s Nintendo kind of come back a little bit. That's always good to see. Nintendo didn't forget about Pikmin 4. They're waiting for the right opportunity or doing whatever they need to do. It's not about forgetting about it. Obviously, they don't forget. It's a business. They don't forget about stuff. It's a huge deal. Back in the NES, everyone thought Samus was a guy, and she took off her suit and beat it, dropped jaws. Well, I didn't think that. I knew she was a woman, but that's because I saw some artwork back in the day. So, but no, I figured that she might have not been a dude. I figured that she might have not. But yeah, most people were shocked though. But that was just me. I know I was one of the rare, the few. What do you think of No More Heroes gameplay at Treehouse? I love the series. Hype for the third. Yeah, I've talked about it quite a bit already on my channel, No More Heroes. It looks good. I'm looking forward to playing it. So yeah, check out my videos if you want my full opinion on it, Huddy. But yeah, that Treehouse gameplay. I mean, I don't really need to watch the gameplay, to be honest. Like, I'm already sold on the game, so I didn't really watch too much of it. But yeah, it looks great, and I'm looking forward to buying it. So, Neo Retro, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. By how Nintendo is marketing it and the reactions to people online, this will be the Metroid's peak for sure. Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna be Metroid's peak until MP4 comes out. Metroid Prime 4 is probably gonna do better, but yeah, until then, this will probably be the peak for Metroid. I'm still confused up. MC looks for SMT5. I thought it was a chick on my phone. No, it's a guy. It's a guy. Does the story matter enough to go back and play the other 4 Metroids? It matters enough because Nintendo's saying, well, if you haven't played the other ones, you have to watch this short video. So they're going to prepare something for people who haven't played the previous ones. So either watch people that summarize it, watch like a game trailers, retro, like watch like the game trailers, like retro stuff where they go over all the games. Just type in game trailers, retro. I forgot what's that series called that they do. Game trailers back when they were live. Like, just watch the game trailers retro series of Metroid. Just type in game trailers, you know, retro Metroid, and it'll pop up in terms of that. And just watch all that, and you'll be fine. So yeah, that's what I did for Kingdom Hearts. That's what I did for like Resident Evil. Even though I played all of them, but just get like a refresher, you know, before the games come out. Let's see here. How come almost every time we get a new Switch game, the argument is if the game is worth 60? Because we have a bunch of morons online. Because there are a bunch of morons online that like to talk too much that probably aren't going to buy the game anyway. A lot of broke people that talk too much that aren't going to buy the game anyway. You know what I'm saying? That like just want to start conversation, like be angry about something. That's why I tell people, go lift, go. I mean, like imagine being a full grown man. Because it's all men. It's not women that are doing this. It's men. Okay? It's not women gamers. Women gamers are doing other things. But it's men. Imagine being a full-grown dude or being an adult, legal adult, and sitting there and arguing about how somebody else can spend their money on a video game. Like, it was so funny. Mr. P.O. was like, imagine going to the store and you're at the store trying to buy milk, and you call somebody, say, "Oh my God, this other thing of milk is overpriced for this milk." Oh! Like, imagine doing that, like, or going to the store and say, "This is overpriced," and going on Twitter and complaining about this and this and this of a huge selection of stuff that you can buy is what is overpriced. Just buy what you want. If 2D Metroid is not what you want, buy something else. Buy a different brand. There's other types of games that are like Metroid. So what are you whining and complaining about? You know? So, like, that's my thought process on it. But yeah, it's so stupid. And it's like every single game. When we get Skyward Sword, oh, it's not a new game. How dare them charge 60? We get Metroid, that's a new game. Oh, how dare them charge 60? It's a 2D game. We get anything. We get Advance Wars. Oh, how dare them charge 60? This doesn't look. The graphics are. It's like, what are you guys? These are complete morons, like broke morons. I don't know. Just go play something else. What are you? You've got to be an incel or a weirdo to sit there and complain about what somebody else is spending their money on when it comes to a video game. Like, just buy whatever you want. It's the same thing with $70 games. Like, if you want to buy a $70 game, go buy it. If you don't, move on. Like, it's so stupid. It's so dumb. It's like the dumbest thing that I've ever seen. These people are, I swear, these people are straight up weirdos in real life. Weirdos, scrawny, like I said, pipsqueaks. You've got to be. There's no way that you're a full-grown man that exercises, that goes outside, that has somewhat of a social life, that has a girlfriend, that sits there and complains about video games online for free all day. There's no way. That's what some of these dudes do. I see the same people complaining about the same things every single time for free online, every single time a new game comes out. Like, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way that these people are normal. You've got to be a weirdo to be doing that. Technically, Zero Suit was in the original game, but that was, wasn't the name of the time that was a remake. No, that's actually not Zero Suit Samus. The reason why it's not Zero Suit Samus, because one, you don't play as her in that Zero Suit, and two, that's not her Zero Suit. Zero Suit Samus is when she was in that the remake of Zero Suit Samus, as when you actually use her. So I'm not gonna give just her not being in her suit Zero Suit Samus. So stop trying to be big brain when you're not. Zero Suit Samus's first real playable Zero Suit Samus was Metroid Zero Mission. But if you want to get super cheeky, Zero Mission is a remake of the original Metroid. So that's not the first actual instance of them saying this is Zero Suit Samus was Metroid Zero Mission. It was not the original Metroid. So no. No. Let's see. Charity Scott says, I thought Samus' character was male too. Oh, I'm just slow. It's Samus' character in Melee. I think they remember seeing Samus now. Yeah, she's in Melee. She's in 64 too. She's in all the Smash Bros. Games. That's my thinking of the guts people complain about price dread. It's like, oh, here we go again. Yeah, I've actually got a new series that's coming up. That's gonna be pretty funny. So you guys look out for that, man. You guys look out for that. Says Preach, man. So cringe with these grown men. Yeah, these grown men. Imagine being a grown dude sitting there and complaining about a video game price online. Like, what is? I swear, some of these people. This is what happens when you grow up with, like, when you don't, like I said, you don't lift, you have no testosterone whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just like, I don't know. I don't know the thought process of these people. I can't sit there and think. And I don't know if it's not even testosterone, because women aren't doing this. It's just, I'm not sure what it is with these dudes online. I'm really not sure what it is. But if you complain about the price of a video game 24/7 online, you are a weirdo. It's just plain and simple. You're a weirdo. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're a weirdo. If you're complaining about the price of video games online, just don't buy it and move on. Like, what's the point? It says, you'd be surprised, clowns come in all shapes and sizes. They do, but it's mainly men though. It's mainly men. I can tell when a dude is tweeting. I can tell, but it's mainly men. The African Triforce with the $5 says, Shin Megami Tensei 5 looks so insane. I don't care if we don't get Persona 5 or Switch anymore, but it'd still be appreciated. Yeah, SMT 5. I'm ready for SMT 5. I'm ready for a new game. So yeah, I'm hyped for that. It would be great to have Persona 5 though, but yeah. Metroid title theme. We need to play some Metroid music for Dawson. For Dawson. Let's see here. If these people think Dread being $60 isn't okay, but okay with Battlefield being 70, then they're hypocrites. I mean, the thing about it, guys, once again, it's modern gamers. It's definitely modern gamers who didn't grow up with Metroid or who don't know what Metroid is and like played like Celeste or played like Hollow Knight, because that's the comparison. Like, there is no good comparison. Oh well, Hollow Knight is $15 or Ori's this. It's like, those aren't Metroid. That's not the quality of a Metroid game. Metroid was the originator when it comes down to it. Those can't demand that price, but some people paid $60 for Ori. If you bought the physical edition, yeah, you did actually pay that for Ori, you know. So it's not the same thing. That's like saying, oh well, Fortnite's a free to play shooter, or Paladins is a free to play shooter. That means Battlefield should be free. There's lots of free shooters or cheap shooters. That doesn't mean every shooter should be that price, should be free, or should be whatever. Like, that doesn't mean that, you know. I think that's the problem. Like, it's actually a false argument. It's not a factual to say, oh well, because this Metroidvania game is this price, therefore this has to be this. First of all, you haven't played that game yet, so you don't know the quality of the game. You don't know whatever, blah 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 blah. The people that are saying that it's worth it is because they saw it and they know the brand of Metroid. We know the quality of Metroid. We played Samus Returns, we played Metroid Fusion, we played them, so we know about it. The people that are saying this obviously don't know about it and don't care to know about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why it's okay for us to say, hey, it's worth it for us, because it's subjective. But the problem that I don't like, what I don't like, is when you say, oh well, this is this price, so this needs to be this price. No, that's not true. Hollow Knight was made by like 3 people. It's not a full 3D engine. It's not. Somebody brought up Celeste. That's like pixel art. Like, people are reaching for the stars when it comes to this. Like, just shut up. Go play your Hollow Knight or go play your whatever. Heck, we're playing Metroid Dread before Silk Song comes out. So, like, go play your game, and that's that, you know? So yeah, like, Zetro, I have no idea about what they're gonna do with the next Smash Brothers game. It's too far out to say if they're gonna, like, I have no idea, dude. That's not a question that I can really answer, to be honest, man. Let's see here. Vinny Mac says, tell him I just guessed now Metroid are Metroidvanias. Yeah, I get, like, the sentiment, but I don't understand that. Metroid isn't a Metroidvania. I know it sounds weird, but Metroid isn't Metroidvania. For those who don't know where that term is coined from, Metroidvania is coined from Castlevania, Symphony of the Night, okay? That's when you take the base gameplay and structure of Metroid, but then you add in the RPG elements of Castlevania, so then they called it Metroidvania, or some people call it Igavania, because, you know, Iga, he's the one that makes Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. That is a Metroidvania type of game. Metroid isn't Metroidvania. It's just Metroid. It started it. It's not a Metroidvania game because it's not the RPG elements. It doesn't have all the other stuff. Now, people have just used that term Metroidvania to where like, oh, you backtrack and all of that. But to be honest, it's the RPG elements with the Metroid formula in a Castlevania game. So they called it Metroidvania. You know what I'm saying? And now people just coined that term. But for some reason, people attach a price to that now, which is very dangerous to attach some type of price. Oh, well, because these games are like this, therefore this has to be like this. No, Metroid started it. Metroid's the originator. It doesn't play to any type of other game, okay? Metroid was the first, you know? So you can't sit there and say, oh, well, it should be like these other games because those are Metroid. Metroid was the one that started it. What? You know, like it's not, I don't consider Metroid a Metroidvania. I consider games that came after it that want to copy it and put in the RPG elements, okay, but not the actual Metroid game, you know? So yeah. Reminds me when people were complaining about Octopath being 60 because of the graphics, yeah. Skeletank says, thank you, OJ. I've been telling people this Metroidvania thing for a long time now. I'm glad to hear I'm not the only one who knows this. Well, because there's a lot of people who don't know because it's old. Metroid, you gotta remember, Metroid is what? I think Metroid came out in 86, if I'm not correct. I'm trying to serve me right. My memory. I remember picking it up. My dad got it at a garage sale. Yeah. Garage sale in the 80s. 86, I think. So Metroid is like, it's 35 years old. Yeah. So it's 35 years old. Most of these kids that are complaining are not anywhere. They're in their 20s. They're either in their teens or they're in their 20s. They have no idea about Metroid. They have no idea about the series of Metroid and where it got started and what it is or anything like that. They just know like they just know the term Metroidvania or something like that. They just know that term, like with the new games, the indie games, because you know the cheap indie games that come out. You know. People think I'm crazy when I say something like Hollow Knight isn't Metroidvania. I can see why people think that you're crazy about that. Hollow Knight is actually, I mean, I don't really consider it like Super Metroidvania either. I think it kind of has its own flow. I think it's kind of like Souls-ish as well, along with, you know, the Metroid, the Vania style, you know, like going back. But it's not, yeah, it's not complete Metroidvania. It's not complete. It just has the same, okay, dungeon structure of like some of the Metroidvania game, a Metroidvania game or a Metroid game. But there's a lot of key differences in Hollow Knight, you know, compared to like a Metroid or a Castlevania for sure. But yeah, I guess it's similar enough for some people to call it that. I think it can go both ways, I guess, regardless. I guess it's just easy to classify it real quickly, you know? So yeah. Next level, they're probably working on a Strikers or Punch Out. Let's see. Castlevania and Metroid are pioneers in their own right. Games that mimic them do not deserve to be considered innovative just because they never because they are never. I mean, yeah, it depends on the game, I guess. Fluffy Dogs, I see what you're saying. But yeah, like Metroid is Metroid. Like I'm not gonna sit here. And I don't care. People can call me shill all day. You can call me whatever the case is. I don't care. This is something that I will never budge on. Like, if you don't like the price, don't buy it. Like, for example, people said, is Demon Souls worth $70? I do not think Demon Souls is worth $70. Did you guys see me complain about Demon Souls price at all? Did you guys see me make videos, go on Twitter and throw tirades? And sit there and call people incels for buying Demon Souls at 70. I don't think it's worth 70, but who cares if I don't? That's just me. I just don't buy it. But I bought Ratchet, but I bought Returnal. I don't think Returnal might not even be worth 70. But whatever, I bought it. Okay, it's my decision. I mean, this is stupid. Like, it's so dumb. If you want to buy it, if you think it's worth it, then you buy it. If you don't, then you don't. Like, there's no need to sit there and go online and throw tirades over things. Like, I'm telling you, these people online, they're weird. If you throw a tirade online about video game prices and you have no muscles, or if you're out of shape, there's a problem. You have a problem in your life. Imagine the type of time that you're spending complaining on your phone. You could have been lifting weights, or you could have been doing something to improve your life. I just feel like it's a complete waste of time to sit there and complain about the price of a video game. Just don't buy it. Just don't buy it. Buy whatever you want. Hey, what's up, Bobo? Is it don't just we didn't buy? Yeah, just don't buy it. I didn't make a single video. Didn't make a single video, didn't make anything complaining. It's just, I already played the game back in the day. I don't think it's worth 70 to me. That doesn't mean it's not worth 70 though. To other people, it might be worth 70 because if you're gonna replay the hell out of the game and do everything in the game that you need to do, then yeah, then it's worth that price, right? So it's subjective. And that's fine, Aaron. If you feel that way, that's fine. That's completely fine. But the thing about it is that I don't see you going online and you're not spoiling. If anybody else wants to buy it for that, I don't see you going to say, oh, quote tweeting them and bringing it up and like doing all the stupid stuff. It's fine to just say, hey, you don't think it's worth it? That's fine. But I'm talking about these like weirdos, man, that are online. Like I saw one dude, that weirdo that hides behind his Spider-Man avatar all day. He's calling people incel for if you defend the price of Metroid. You know what I'm saying? He's calling people incel. I was so close to quote tweeting him and saying, incel, huh? Okay, I got a house, I got a car, I got a hot wife, I got a regular part-time job, and I got my own business, I got a regular job. Who's the incel? I said, I dare you to post what I was thinking about doing it, but I'm like, you know what? Let me just chill on this weirdo, because he's probably just a little kid, you know? But like, you got weirdos online that are sitting there and doing that, calling people names and doing all sorts of like being just like stupid bullies for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's dumb. Yeah, incel over a game, over a video game. It's the same douchebag that what's it called? That defended Crunch from what's that studio? From Naughty Dog. It's the same guy. It's that same idiot. Let's see here. He says, why are you bragging about your wife? Okay, it seems like video comprehension is a little bit lagging for you. He said that you're an incel if you defend the price of Metroid. Incels don't get hot wives or a hot wife, okay? So I think you're not putting two and two together, fatty. If you're an incel, there's no way that you're gonna get a. So I defended the price. So by his standards, I'm an incel. But incels don't get good-looking women. They don't get a wife. They don't get hot wives. That's the whole part of being an incel, that you don't get that. You know? Let's see here. Jose, did people complain about Kirby Star Wars being 60? They did. People complain about everything. It's all just ad hominem attacks. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, incels don't even get a girlfriend. Incels don't get a girlfriend. Incels don't get dates. They don't get. Incels don't really get much. Don't get anything. You know, they just usually just patrol on patrol. They usually just stroll on OnlyFans, have addiction to porn. You know what I'm saying? Like, get angry at women when they can't get what they want. Usually they stalk like women content creators, things like that. That's like incel type of behavior. You know, make excuses for themselves, why they can't do better in life. Now, these are all the type of things that an incel would do. Yo, 1 in a million. Thank you so much for the Elite Ninja Pledge, guys. That is 1 out of 5. We're a bit low on Elite Ninja Pledges. So thank you so much, Mr. 1 in a million with a tune into your pledge. That's only $1, Juan. Juan, please show everyone all your emotes that you get. Let's get 4 new Elite Ninja. At least let's get to 530 Elite Ninja for today. Let's go. Thank you for the support. If we do get that goal, where's my headband? I'll put on my headband if we do get the goal. So let's go. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Mr. 1 in a million. Guys, click that blue button at the top. Become an Elite Ninja for only $1. And get into our Discord. Get your emotes. We're gonna add some new emotes too. Shout outs to you guys. I appreciate all the support and love. Appreciate you guys. Seriously. Thank you. Thank you, Juan. Look at those sexy emotes. Oh my goodness. Exaggeration, but I can ultimately see people on the internet think no Switch game should be $60. I don't know about that, but yeah, definitely people complain, you know, about the prices of the games a lot, and it's just stupid. A lot more people complain about the prices than these days. Meanwhile, many people are doing these things. You can't get a pre-order. Yeah, I mean, I think John also had a great. Let's see here. There's about to be a ton of incels in October. I know, seriously. John, did you guys see John's post on Twitter? It has like nearly 10K likes. He's like, well, in the world of when people buy Fortnite skins, you know, for hundreds of dollars, like the fact that people are complaining about the price of Metroid Jet is just like, he doesn't understand it because John's an old school gamer. You know, John's in his 30s. So John's an old school gamer. He understands. He knows what the sauce is. You know, like if you're back, like people sit there paying crazy amounts for Fortnite skins. Fortnite doesn't do anything. It's just a skin. You're just paying for, you're battle passing it up. You're just sitting there paying for these stupid things in these games. Sitting there paying for Genshin Impact type of things and all day with Fire Emblem Heroes, orbs, and all this type of stuff. People spending crazy amounts of money, but you're gonna complain about Metroid Dread, a new 2D Metroid game that looks absolutely amazing. We haven't had one in 20 years. You're gonna complain about that? That's what you're gonna spend your energy on? These people need to be slapped. Just like a quick, swift slap, extreme speed, Arc-9, you know? Just extreme speed slap. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? People spend hundreds on FIFA. People spend thousands on FIFA every year. Some people spend up to thousands on FIFA. You guys see what Madden 22 is doing? Angry Joe, once again, I was waiting for the Angry Joe. Madden, you guys are, every year it's the same thing for the past like decade with Madden, dude. I'm always waiting for Angry Joe's summer. I'm angry at Madden because it's every year he's been doing this. It's been no change every year, and people are just like, and Madden team's just like, what are you gonna do about it? People are still gonna buy the game. We got Tom Brady. We got Patrick Mahomes, Super Bowl quarterback. We got it, man. You can't do nothing on us. We still gonna sell this game. Oh man, I buy 2K. I don't complain, but paintbrush slap. Somebody needs to get slapped. Dude, same dudes be buying Madden every year. Yeah, same dudes definitely be buying. They be buying Madden and COD. They be buying Madden and COD. Like, that's the problem that I have. Let's see here. Just says, OJ, by any chance, would you know if Dread Special Edition is going to be very limited? I don't want scalpers 200 plus. First of all, even if it is and you don't get it, don't buy it from scalpers. If you miss out on it, oh well. First of all, that's the first thing that I tell you, is that if you miss out on it, don't buy it from a scalper. Just buy the regular edition. You don't need the art book and all that. So that's the first thing that I'll say. Second thing is that I don't think it's going to be very limited. I think they're going to have more restocks. So those are the two things. Make sure you follow Wario64 on Twitter, and follow CheapED. Those guys will get you hooked up. Make sure you have notifications on for them too. Make sure you have notifications on for them as well. They'll help you out. But even if you do miss out on it, no, that is not a necessity. What you need is food. You need food, water, and shelter. Those are the things that you need to survive. You do not need a Metroid Special Edition, okay? So if you miss out on it, oh well. FIFA's the same too. Pretty much any sports game, wait for a couple months, that'll be at least 33% off, or you can just not buy it. That's my thing. It's a new game built from the ground up in a 3D engine. Yeah, it's a brand new game. I don't understand where this sentiment is coming from, man. So yeah, it's weird. It's people are weird, dude. I don't get it. Let's see here. I'll probably get it at 60 because Nintendo don't give a fluck about deals or sales. Sometimes they will. They had some sales. Actually, have a sale right now on some of the first party games. But I would have felt grateful if it was 45 to 50. Not a big difference, you know, if they're scam, but you know they are scamming at least a bit. Why are they scamming? So are you of the thought process that if a game is 2D gatekeeper, that it's scamming, that it needs to be cheaper? What in the game, from what you've seen, why does the game need to be 45 to 50? What in the game? Do you know the length? Do you know the content? Do you know everything? Like, what in the game makes you think that they're scamming? What makes it a scam? Let's look at the definition of a scam. Scam definition. We'll look up that. Tell me how it is. It says a dishonest scheme of fraud. Dishonest scheme or fraud. They're making a brand new Metroid game. They explain what the game is to you. They price it at their price that they price it at, and they say, hey, you have the option to buy it or not buy it. Where is the dishonesty? Where is the scam? Where is the fraud in the subjective price of what you think a game is? Where does scam play a part into that? They told you what the game is. They told you what's going on here. If you want, you can buy it or you can wait. Where is there a scam or a fraud? Where are you being deceived? That's what I want to know. Let me know where you're being deceived at, please. I get it at Walmart. I think the guys just want more people to enrage at Metroid. I want to know, like, tell me where you're being scammed or there's a fraud. It's a brand new Metroid game built in a 3D engine. It goes from 3D to 2D. There's high quality cutscenes in there. It's in HD. It runs at a good frame rate. It has a good resolution. There's not anything wrong with it from what they've shown so far, and it seamlessly goes. It got a brand new theme. It's not a remake. It's not a remaster. So tell me where there is a scam. Tell me where you are being scammed at, because you feel that it should be 45 to 50 based off of what? Because WarioWare is $50. So WarioWare and Metroid should be the same price, or going to be the same price. So tell me where you're being scammed. Tell me where you're being scammed. I want to know, for real, like legit. I hear people say that all the time. Tell me where you're being scammed. I mean, I've seen people legitimately know exactly what they're getting, then say something is a scam when nobody's tricking you. You see what it is. You can, if you think it's worth it, you buy it. If you don't, you don't. There's no scam or fraud. If it's not worth it to you, then you don't buy it. That doesn't mean just because you don't think something's worth it. Demon Souls is not a scam to me. $70 games aren't a scam. It's just, if you think it's worth it, you buy it. For some people, it's worth it. For others, it's not. A Lamborghini is not a scam. It's just an expensive as hell car. You think it's worth it, you buy it. You think it's not, you don't. Plain and simple. You know what you're getting. You can look up all the specifications in terms of what that is. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get this. I don't understand. I hear people say this, so it's a good discussion. We're here to discuss it. So let me know how it is. Factually, how is that what it is? I want to know. That's why I'm here to discuss things. You know? PS5 digital is a scam to me. It's not a scam because they tell you exactly what it is. However, there are things that Sony's done in the background that could lead people to believe that they are setting you up, right? But they tell you exactly what it is. Hey, it's a digital only system. You can't play physical games on there. It's very apparent and clear when you buy it. So there's no scam or fraud on the base level. Now, if you want to dig deep into what Sony's doing on the back end, you know, then okay. But that's just a little bit shady. But the system itself is fine. Disguises the same product? No, they tell you it's all digital. It literally says PS5 all digital. Limits your buying power as a consumer, but they're telling you exactly what they're getting. That's not a scam or a fraud. It's just not something that you just don't like it. They literally it's a cheaper system too, so it's not a scam or a fraud yet. They tell you that it's all digital. Guys, remember, a scam or a fraud is a dishonest scheme. A dishonest scheme in terms of things. And all digital, Microsoft and Sony both have all digital systems. There's an all digital Xbox. There's an all digital that. My phone is all digital. You know, so there's all digital systems. There's plenty of all digital systems, you know. The scamming part is simply the fact that they know they can get away with it. If people didn't buy Link's Awakening at and Let's Go remakes at 60, we'd probably have a different approach from Nintendo. Where is the proof of that? There's not proof of that. They know they can get away with it. How is that they know they can get away with what? Explain to me why this game, we're not talking, you brought up something else. Gateless Berry. I know you probably aren't very good at debating, which is fine. Explain, stop going off topic. What you just did was a fallacy too, by the way. So that's an invalid argument. Tell me why the product that is in front of your face, okay, is not worth $60, okay? Tell me why, stop thinking about something else. Oh, well, they got away with this. That's irrelevant. That's a fallacy. That's an irrelevant argument. We're not talking about those two games. We're talking about the product that's in front of your face. Okay? Explain to me why, based off of what we know, that this is a scam or a fraud. That's not a valid argument to say these other games did this so they can get it. No. Has nothing to do with the product that's in front of your face. Okay? So explain to me that. Don't bring up other games. Explain to me that. If you can't, just say, you know what? I'll take the L. Trust me. Just take the L if you want to take the L. That's fine. Or if you don't know what you're talking about, you can do that too. If you just say, hey, look, I think this should be cheaper because it's 2D. If you want to just say that, you can just say that. You know what I'm saying? That's all put into 6 million copies, at least 40 at the same as 4 million at realistic to get those numbers at 40. They make the same money regardless. That has nothing to do with it being a scam. That's nothing to do with why. Explain to me how the product that's in front of your face is a scam. Nothing to do with that. So, I mean, keep trying though. You would run a company bankrupt with that logic. Yeah. I mean, he doesn't know what I highly doubt that he has any type of business acumen at all. I just don't understand why. I'm still waiting for him to tell me why it's a scam based on it. He's brought up other games. He said that if it was at $40, they can sell this at the same price. They can make more. That has nothing to do with why this is a scam. Explain to me why the product is a scam, a dishonest scheme, or a fraud. Based off of what? Is the game only an hour long? Here, let me give you some examples. Is the game only an hour long? Is the game buggy and glitchy? Does it have problems running? Does the game, have no upgrades? Does the game have no varying levels or game design? Like, explain to me, give me actual reasons. That's all I'm looking for. I'm not looking for your weirdo business analytics that don't make any sense, that you just made up right now. And I'm not looking for you to talk about other games. Talk about the product that's in front of you. Enough with the fallacies. Just get to the point. Get to the actual game and tell me why that game is a scam or a fraud. Stop bringing up other stuff. This Twitter type of... I can see that you probably go on Twitter a lot and argue, or you loophole around things. Just tell me why this product is. Just be direct with me. Stop beating around the bush. Juice spend on with the $5 says selling products MSRP isn't a scam. Yeah. I'm telling you, man. It's weird. The cost of manufacturing and distribution should be factored into charging more for physical games, but it's the same price digital too, though. Same price digital. So, what's up, bro? People say Mario Party Superstars is a scam too. People are just so dim-witted. Yeah, I saw that. That's weird. That's weird too. It's really. I think people just like to say stuff. He can't because it isn't a scam. It's that simple. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not. That's the thing. It's not. Now, if you don't think it's worth the price, then that's fine. That's subjective. But scam? No. That means that they're being dishonest on like, oh, we're doing something to where, like, we're scamming you with this product. Like, it's not going to be good or it's going to be bad. Like, you know what a scam is? Cyberpunk is a scam. That was a fraudulent scam where they tried to act that this product was something that it wasn't. That is a scam. Because they're like, oh yeah, we're very surprised on how it runs on PlayStation and Xbox, the original base. No, you're not very surprised on how it runs because it runs terrible. You didn't show people the game. You didn't show people how it ran on Xbox and PlayStation. Like, you didn't do all that. You scammed people into pre-ordering the game when the game was fraudulent, and that is a scam. Nintendo has shown us Metroid Dread. It runs fine. It looks great. Blah, blah, blah. There is no scam going on here. There's no scam going on here. Let's see here. Okay, I can retract the word scam from this statement. Just know that they're taking advantage because of their standing. No, they're not. Nobody's taking advantage of anything. No, nobody's taking advantage of anything. You can't even explain that, and your explanation for even that was dumb. That was also dumb too. No offense, not trying to say that you're dumb, but your explanation was dumb. Nobody's taking advantage of anything. Their price is 60 for the game. They think it's worth 60. It's not taking advantage of anything. There's no taking advantage. Taking advantage of what? MSRP is 60 bucks. It's a full game. Explain to me, what are they taking advantage of? It's a full game. You still haven't explained to me why it's worth less. Why is the game worth less? Is it broken? Is it glitchy? Explain to me that. Then I will be on your side. If you can explain to me why the game should be worth less, that's not saying, oh, well, 2D. You don't want to say that because you know you're going to get roasted if you do. Let's see here. So it's just weird. It's like I said, there's a lot of people that have that same thought process. Like, I'm pretty sure he's a modern gamer too. You know, like, modern gamers have this thought process of, if it's 2D, it's not worth this price or this, before they know anything about the game. Before they know anything about the game, before they know the length of the game, the content in the game, the story in the game, they'll sit there and say it's not worth something. It's obviously because it's 2D. So yeah. Companies make products priced and they believe people will buy them or make money with them. People choose whether to buy them or not. Business 101. Exactly. $60 for 3D, $40 for 2D. $6 for 3D, $40 for 2D. Nostalgia aside, for someone who's new to the Metroid franchise, should I try Metroid Dread? Sure, yeah, absolutely. It's a great game. Or it's going to be a great game. Based off of what I've seen, it's going to be a great game. $1D. So yeah, I mean, like, he's asking that the game should be $45, so the game should be $5 more than the 3DS game. So was the 3DS game a scam? Based off of what we've seen with the higher, I mean, 3DS was 240p. So they've improved the graphics quality dramatically. By the way, Samus Returns was a remake. It wasn't a new game. So it should only be $5 away from the 3DS game. You gotta be kidding me. Like, you've got you've got to be kidding me. Do you think loot boxes are a scam? Do I think loot boxes are a scam? I just think that they're scummy. Like, I don't, but if you want to buy them, buy them. I don't care. People can do whatever they want. Do people think if they complain, Nintendo will change the price below 60? I feel people like to bash people being happy. I don't know if they think that. Just people, like I said, there's a lot of weirdo dudes out there that have these weird thought processes about price for games. And like I said, this goes for anything. I said the same thing with, so I don't want any weirdos, you know, saying, oh, he did Nintendo shilling. No, because I said the same thing for PlayStation and their prices of their games. I've got those, so keep those in the back pocket. You know, I said the same thing about Sony games. Like, you can buy it if you want to or not. You don't. It's up to you. It's up to you. Isn't Smash Ultimate or Smash Bros Ultimate 2.5D and 60? Well, technically the gameplay is fully 2D. 3D rendered models, but the game is fully 2D. Not really 2.5D, but 2D. Smash Bros is a 2D game. But yeah, so that should be $45 then, right? That should be $45 to $50 for that game. Do you think, let's see here. These clowns just don't like the fact that people like things that they don't and are willing to pay 60 for them. I think that's part of it. Like I said, I think it's something in the brain. I don't think that it's something that's like, it's something in the brain. It's like, I would say like, I don't know what the behavior would be. It would be like, not incel, but like just weirdo of like, I don't like something, so I have to complain. I have to say something. I have to stop somebody else because of my thought process. Like it's a disease. It's something in the brain that causes people to do this. I don't think it needs to be studied more though. I do think that it needs to be studied more of these people that want to say, oh no, how dare you like this at this price? It should be cheap. Like these people need to be studied because there is a mental disease that is going around. Like as a man, there's no way that you can be sitting here and thinking that like, I'm gonna do this. Like imagine if you had a kid. Back in my day, son, I used to sit there and complain and whine about the price of a game being $5 or $10 more than what I think it should be because it was 2D more than 3D. Like imagine that. Imagine you telling like your child that or something like that, or telling your spouse, babe, today I was on Twitter for free and telling them that this game shouldn't be $60. Like, how dare them charge it for something that I like? Imagine doing that. Imagine if I call my wife, babe, oh, these prices of these games on the PlayStation, well, they're $70 now. Oh, and people were telling me that I'm wrong. Oh. Like imagine me talking to my wife about that. Imagine, isn't that not loser mentality, but loser type of, think about that for a second. Like, imagine doing that. Or talking to my mom, oh, I was online, and these people, they think there was a price of a game, and they were so mad. Oh, Metroid, oh, how dare them, it's a 2D gameplay. Oh, it was a Hollow Knight. Oh, it's like, what? This is what you guys do? It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous thought process. This type of thought process only exists with these damn nerds online, not in the real life. I swear, imagine doing that. Imagine doing that. You wouldn't. These people do not do that. Because their spouses would be like, what are you wasting your time for? You're not even making any money off of it. Like, at least take your stupid thought process and put it into a video and try to monetize it on YouTube. At least do that. I can respect guys that do that. Guys that take that thought process and say, hey, I'm gonna make a like Angry Joe, I'm gonna complain and make a video on Madden. At least do that, because he's gonna make probably $1,000 or hundreds of dollars off of that video. Do that. Don't go on Twitter for free and spend all day. Like, for example, like me, like, look how long I've talked about this right now. I do it on my stream. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do it on Twitter 24/7. I could have argued more on Twitter. I was like, I made a couple tweets. That was it. I'm gonna spend my time doing it on my own stream. You know? Because it's my work. But I'm not gonna be sit there like some of these people 24/7. You know? It's a waste of time. Me World with the $2 or with the $4.99, it says neither a Metroid fan nor a hater, but any reasonable person wouldn't complain about the price unless you're a tech illiterate grandparent. Yeah, shout out to Me World. When's Nintendo voice Switch When has a Nintendo release on Switch not been 60? There's been a few, like some of the lesser games like 1-2 Switch, WarioWare's 50, like Sushi Striker, Garage Game Builder Garage, that's $30. So yeah, there's been a few, but most of the big name franchises are definitely all 60. Like Metroid, that's gonna be 60. So yeah. So yeah. No, Gateless, we're not trying to, nobody's trying to jump on you about it. The problem is that you didn't provide ample reasoning for what you were saying. First you said scam, then you said like each time that you couldn't prove it. First you couldn't prove each one of them. So the problem is that like what you said first and foremost, you know what I'm saying? You said it'd be nice of them. It'd be nice of them for what? You still haven't provided an answer to why the game should be cheaper than $60. That's the problem. Like, it's not about, it would be nice. Okay, it would be nice for them to price the game at $2. How about that? Maybe the game should be $2. That would be nice. Or how about $10 for the game? You know what I'm saying? Like, how about that? How about $10 for the game? It would be very nice of them to price the game at $31 instead of, how about, no, not $45. How about $32? No, $25. It'd be very nice of them to price the game at $25. Yeah, I think $25 is a good price for this game. It's like, you haven't proven why it should be. Like, we're trying to understand, where is that? You said it should be nice of them to do it. Why? What makes the game worth less based off of what we know? What makes it worth less? You still haven't provided that, bro. And like you've been commenting like crazy, and you still haven't provided why it is. You haven't told us the length of the game. You haven't told us if there's any problems with the game. You haven't told us anything like that. You just have said it should be. For what? For what? We're still waiting for that. Why is it that way? If you can tell me, I'll agree with you. I promise, if you can give me a legit reasoning why it should be that, then I swear I'll agree with you, bro. I promise. It says, I see people complain about Advance Wars 1+2 being 60. Both games individually were 40 back in the day, and the new game, both of them remade online play. Yeah, well, they're $30 each for that, so I don't see what the problem is there, you know? People complain about everything. There's nothing wrong with, if you want to complain, that's fine, you can complain, but these are not the games to complain about, in my opinion. Like, these are not the games to complain about. Thank you for the subscription, though, Lucad. Appreciate that. So, yeah. I wait until it goes on sale to look on Facebook Market. I gotta be someone. I want to pay full price. Well, that's fine. Yeah, pay whatever price that you want. If you want to wait, someone else buys it online or do whatever. That's fine. Or wait to buy it used or whatever the case is. Do that. But I still haven't seen a reasoning why it shouldn't be that price, or at least other people shouldn't. If they want to buy it at that price, what's the problem? Just like I said with Demon Souls, or just like with other, I bought Ratchet and Clank for 70, you know. So Chaos by Design with the $20 with the Super JoJo boys. Thank you so much. Mr. Chaos by Design says, as mostly 2D artist, I would flip my ish if someone suggested my work should cost less because it was two-dimensional. It's more about the quality of the work than the medium. Absolutely. And it looks like a super Metroid Dread looks like super high quality. You know what I'm saying? It looks really good. Thank you for the $20 though. I appreciate that, Chaos by Design. Yeah, and I feel you on that. Chaos by Design, that actually makes you the I think you are the Hokage of the stream. Mac Mega with the Jow. Chaos by Design. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. I just don't understand why people got a problem. I don't understand this. Like, I still haven't seen why it should be. Just explain to me why. Just explain to me why it should be, and I'll be more than happy to you know, to agree. Honestly, I really would. Shout outs to Mac Mega. Thank you for the 10. He says, can you play the Metroid song in the link, please? Also, how dare you not listen to random Twitter trolls' advice to spend your hard-earned money on? I know, seriously. I was just playing Super Metroid. Super Metroid's awesome. Yeah. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Coloco? Let's see here. Halo Online is free to play. That is too much. Well, yeah, the online's free to play, and then like the campaign is you gotta. It's Game Pass or you pay for it. I don't know. Games like Crash Insane Trilogy being $40 have set people's expectations to prices that every company set their own prices, and that's stupid. I can't stand that. Crash Insane Trilogy It's not even that. I mean, it's okay, but those games are like a couple hours each. You just die all the time in those games. The games aren't very long. You might be able to play Metroid Dread longer than all those 3 games combined, you know? But yeah, people definitely have some type of Crash, and they just use the same argument over and over. Crash Insane Trilogy. It's like, nobody gives a damn about Crash Insane Trilogy anymore. Like, if that's the case, then like, new games shouldn't be $60 then, because you get 3 games for $40. That means that new games should be way cheaper than that then. If you're just gonna use Crash Insane Trilogy for everything, you know? So stupid. So dumb. So yeah. Let's see, Dread having a Mr. X is going to make the game more difficult. I can't stand easy games, so this is exciting. Yeah. Well, if you played Metroid... Oh, well, that's the problem with Metroid. Metroid Samus Returns. The hyper difficulty mode, you know? That's actually pretty tough. Pretty tough. So yeah, this is a great track, by the way. I love Crash. I see your point though. No, Crash is great. Don't get me wrong. I bought it, but like, if everything goes by like, okay, well, Insane Trilogy is $40. That means new games shouldn't be $60. That means remakes shouldn't be $60. Nothing should be anything, because you get 3 remakes for $40 or cheaper now. So that, therefore, everything is overpriced if that's the case, you know? So that's not a good, it's a moot point. It's not the same thing. Obviously, IPs have different value, clearly. Like, some IPs aren't going to demand 60, while other IPs are going to demand that. Some IPs, like for example, Sony said, well, Sackboy, that's a $60 game. That's not $70. Okay. Well, they felt that it's not going to demand their price tag that they wanted to do, you know? So yeah. No, but it was good. It was good that we have somebody or people in here, because obviously we think all, like a lot of us think alike. But I mean, obviously, if this was a different chat, if this was like, let's say Spawncast, I'm pretty sure there'd be a lot more people calling me names right now and saying I'm wrong and all this different type of stuff, right? So I'm pretty sure there'd be a completely different thing if we were somewhere else, because there was obviously enough people to where this became a discussion. So I'm glad that we had at least one person willing to say something so we can get to the bottom of it, because this is exactly how it will end if you were actually able to debate anybody for real or talking. It would end exactly the way that I ended it right now. Is you can't explain why it should be less. You can't. This is what people do all the time online. What they do is they deflect. They deflect and they have fallacies. That are the number one thing that people do online is the fallacy. You'll say, well, why is it not worth this? Oh, well, this game is worth that. That has nothing to do with this game. You see what I'm saying? When somebody does that, you can instantly just say, that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Tell me why this game isn't worth this. Hollow Knight has nothing to do with Metroid Dread. It has nothing to do with it. You have one, that's a small indie game that was crowdfunded, that's not in the 3D. It has not, their development is different, the games are different, the stories are different, the length is different, everything's different. So tell me what is wrong with this. Give me a Cyberpunk reason. Give me something like that to where it devalues the game. You usually can't do it. You know, you usually can't do it. You know? So that's the problem with online, is that fallacies run amok online, and people will do that. They'll just bring up something else. They'll say, "Oh, Pokemon Let's Go." Nintendo knew that they can get away, not to be like harping on Gateless, but Nintendo knew that they can get away with it, so therefore it has nothing to do. Pokemon Let's Go has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Nothing to do with it. They can get away with it. Pokemon, that's Pokemon. Like that's a completely different IP value. You know what I'm saying? Like, Pokemon has a completely different IP value than Metroid. There's no comparison between them. People bought Pokemon because they thought it was fun. Like, people bought Pokemon Let's Go because they thought it was fun. You know? So that's it. So that has nothing to do with it. Pokemon Let's Go has nothing to do with the price of Metroid Dread. Plain and simple. You know? Nintendo was a business. They proved that Mario U Deluxe, a 2D side-scroller, was worth $60. Therefore, they'll keep making big IP 2D side-scrollers with $60, and I'll buy them. If they're good enough, yeah, I'll buy them, for sure. This Hollow Knight has very basic character models and backgrounds. Dread has fully rendered 3D engine and very detailed backgrounds and depth, lighting, etc. Yeah. Metroid Dread is 60 because I think the box art looks cool. Mercury Steam are freaking amazing. Mercury Steams, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. So that's I get it. Like, I get some of the argument, but then again, anytime that I try to think about it from somebody else's like point of view, it's like I don't get it because I still haven't seen any type of reasoning why. And you know who else came out in defense of this? It was kind of surprising, but then again, maybe it shouldn't have been because he's done this before. Is John Linneman from Digital Foundry. This is the big tech guy that sits there and breaks down all these things and does all that. He's like, dude, this is a stupid thought process. Even he's coming out and saying this is dumb and saying, why would you say that it's not worth this? And this is a guy that knows tech inside out. This is a guy that knows this, and he's frustrated with these modern gamers and how they're sitting there and saying that this isn't worth this. And so even a guy that is playing at the highest quality on PC and Xbox Series and all that stuff is on the same page, even him. So it's hard for me to see the other point of view. It really is, you know? Fall Guys is coming to Switch later this year. Maybe. So yeah. Hollow Knight has great art. Hollow Knight has great art, but it is basic. It is more of a base. It's not like 3D rendered, right? But the art is definitely like, the art is simplistic, but the game itself is pretty, it's woven together by how many people made it. It's pretty brilliant the way that they did it, to be honest. So, I mean, not sure Mercury's Steam are that good. Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2 and Mirror of Fate were bad, but Metroid Samus Returns and this new one's are gonna be is good. And I like the original Lords of Shadow. So yeah, and I don't really think that Lords of Shadow 2 was bad because of Mercury's Steam. I think that Lords of Shadow 2 was bad because of some of the people that were working there at the time. The game direction and Konami. It showed that Konami's dysfunctional. So part of that was the guy that was there beforehand, the lead producer, and what he did. The team is fine. The guys that do coding and all that is fine. It's the leadership that was the problem. That leadership is no longer there. So I don't think that makes them bad. And like I said, Samus Returns is good, and Metroid Dread looks great. And Lords of Shadow 1 was actually pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. So I think they're good. I don't think Nintendo would work with them again. They wouldn't give them this type if they weren't good. And I don't think the game on the 3DS was that bad. I think, what was it, Mirror of Fate? I don't think Mirror of Fate was a bad game. I think that was a pretty solid game. I thought that was solid. So I don't think it was a bad game. So I think they've made some pretty good stuff. Hollow Knight is great and worth $60, but if the devs can't command it, it's not Metroid's fault. Yeah, that's true. I don't get it too much, then don't buy. Exactly, Crazy Monkey. I feel you. I feel you. A lot of politics were happening during Mercury's Steam during Lords of Shadow 2 development. Exactly. It wasn't because the developers are bad or the team was bad. It's because there's a lot of stupid stuff happening behind the scenes. Like there was a power struggle. There was Konami being dysfunctional. There was like a lot of issues like with the people that used to be there that they're no longer there. Mercury's Steam downsized a bit, and now they're different than what they were. But I don't think they're a bad developer. I think that they're, from a technical standpoint, I think they're pretty damn good. I mean, even Lords of Shadow 2 graphically, Lords of Shadow 2 looked amazing. I thought it was graphically the game looks great for a 360 PS3 game. And Lords of Shadow 1 looks great as well. Like, I think it looks fantastic. You can go play that game now and be like, oh wow, these graphics are pretty. I mean, I think it might look better than that Final Fantasy Origins game. I think that it actually might look just as good, if not better, than that game. I don't know about in terms of like the quality of the game. That's a different thing. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is that game just had a lot of bad direction with the leaders of the game. The developers and the talent at Mercury Steam was always solid. Has always been solid. You know? Mercury Steam is, I think you meant competent. TH3. Michael Regan with the Jow. Appreciate that, man. Wait a minute, hold up. Mac Mega. Okay, no, okay, that was, I already did Mac Mega's song. Okay. Michael Regan with the $10 JoJo says, hey, I know it's a bit late, but I just planted some roses in the garden late May, and I thought it would be a great song to listen to. Rose of May from Final Fantasy IX, if possible. Thanks for the great stream. Hey, thank you so much, Mr. Michael Regan. Appreciate that. Rose of May. Final Fantasy 9 shout outs. Thank you for the support, dude. I appreciate that. Really, I do. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's see here. That's Cap. What's Cap? What, Castlevania Lords of Shadow? No, it's not Cap. No, it's not Cap. No, seriously, it's not Cap. Hold up. Let me show you. Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2 gameplay. It's really not Cap. Look, let me show you guys. This game looks freaking amazing. Here, I'm gonna pause this real quick. This game looks absolutely amazing. Hold up. Hold up. You're trying to tell me this don't look good? I just played Final Fantasy Origins, bro. I'm telling you, this game looks better than Final Fantasy Origins. I'm telling you, I don't think it's Cap, bro. Like, I honestly don't think it's Cap. I think this game looks a little bit better. Graphically, I think it does. This game, graphically, is phenomenal. The game itself isn't great, but graphically, the game is, like, it's awesome. This is it running. I think this is it running on PC, if I'm not correct. I think this is the PC version of the game, but the console versions just run at lower frame rate. They look the same, but I'm almost positive this game looks better than that Origins game. And like I said, this is all gameplay. This is all engine. This is not cutscenes. This is all in-engine gameplay. I mean, I don't know if it's Cap, bro. I don't know if it's Cap. So Mercury Steam made this, so they're very competent tech-wise. They're very good, you know. They're very good tech-wise. He says, "LMO, I stand corrected." Yeah, I wasn't trying to cap here, bro. Like, Mercury Steam is good, dude. They know tech. That's why you look at Samus Returns. That graphically, that game was great. You know, and Metroid Dread for 2D game. You know, it's looking good. Like, that 3D engine that they have in there looks great. So yeah, the game looks fantastic. I mean, I loved playing this game at the time that this game came out. Like, I had fun, but there was just some issues. You know, there was just some issues with the game. But anyway, yeah, that's Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. Check it out. If you haven't played the Lords of Shadow games, try them. You might like them more than what I know. People, they get a bad rap. But Lords of Shadow 1, I really like that game. I really like Lords of Shadow 1. I think it's good. So try them out. They're cheap. They're super cheap on PC, or you can get them on PS3 or 360. They're backwards compatible. Well, 360 they're backwards compatible. So try them out. See what you think. You can get both games for under $20 for sure. So yeah. This game looks great. Castlevania Lords of Shadow. Yeah, that was, well, Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. That was the second game. The first game doesn't look quite as good, but it looks almost as good. But the second game, they definitely improved the graphics. So I'm about to cop. I'm about to cop it right now. Yeah, you might not like it though. I'm not sure. You might not like it if it's a God of War type of game. It's a God of War. It's not Castlevania though. Like, if you're thinking, hey, this is gonna be a Castlevania game or a Metroidvania game, it's not that. It's the game is God of War. It's a God of War clone. So just make sure if you go into it with that mindset, then you're okay. Then you're okay if you go into it with that mindset. But yeah, it's not a castle, like a old school, like Symphony of the Night, or it's not like that, or Rondo of Blood. It's a God of War game. It's like an old God of War game. Yeah, like God of War 3. It's like God of War 3, not the new God of War. It's like God of War 3 or like God of War 2. It's like those games, the PS2 games and like the PS3 games. It's like that. Thank you for the $5 though, Juice. I appreciate it, bro. How bad is that FF Origins demo? Curious, but I don't want to waste storage space. The gameplay is okay, but there's just something that feels a little bit off with it. It's hard for me to put my finger on it, but it's not bad. It's like Nioh. So if you've ever played Nioh or like Souls game, it's like Dark Souls and all that, or like Nioh. It has that feel to it, but Nioh would be the best way to describe it. It feels like Nioh, you know, from what I played the demo of Nioh, and it feels like that game. So yeah. So yeah. Would you say that MPD is double A or triple A? What's MPD? Metroid. Wait, what is MPD? I don't know what that is. Thank you for the 10 though, Michael Regan. All right, good night, Blaze. It's really early in the morning. Yeah, sorry guys, I got started really late today just because I've been doing some E3 stuff. I had to put the finishing touches on my video, and I've got some more E3 Metroid Dread content that I'm doing. So yeah, guys, I've just been really busy trying to get the content for you guys. YouTube is going through a sub purge right now, so I got to really make sure that I kick it into gear because everyone's going through like a sub purge. They're removing spam accounts or bot accounts or stuff like that. So everyone's just kind of getting purged a little bit. So I got to work a little bit extra hard to get some of these new subscribers to the channel. So I'm just kind of doing my best with my E3 coverage. I got a Zelda theory video tomorrow morning, Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. So if you're into Zelda, definitely check out my video. And even if you're not into Zelda, make sure you check out my video. Cool Zelda theory video tomorrow morning. So yeah, I don't know. I'm very tired. All right, let's get into some random Q&A, guys. If you guys have E3 questions, you guys have other questions about other games, more than happy to answer your questions about that. Talk to you guys, all that good stuff. Talk about some Pokemon Unite. So Pokemon Unite got a release date, or no, release window. It's coming this July. It's actually coming first to the Switch, and then it's coming to smartphones and all that later. I think like the next month, I think July or like August or September, it's coming to mobile. And it has cross-save, cross-progression. And yeah, it seems like people are okay with it now. It's free to, I think it's a free-to-play game. So it's free to play. It's like League of Legends, but Pokemon, you know? So yeah, so I'll try it out. I'll try it. I don't know if I'm gonna get like hardcore into it, but I'll try it out for sure. And it seems like it doesn't have like really crazy microtransactions and all that in there. So yeah, looks okay. I'll watch the trailer today. Let's see here. Any Black Keely E3 videos happening? Yeah, Black Keely stuff. Definitely gonna film something maybe this weekend for Black Keely. Yeah, so Black Keely is gonna be like a weekend thing. So I'll definitely see if I can film something maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow for some Black Keely Summer Games Fest stuff and all that. So maybe for Saturday. Free to start? Okay, free to start. Well, there you go. Let's see here. I think I'm one of the only people who's excited for Pokemon Unite. No, actually, Double D, if you go on Twitter, it was Pokemon Unite was trending today. And I'm like, okay, who's complaining? So I looked at the trending tab, so I saw it. And people were just excited about, they're going to use this character, they're going to use this character, or they're going to use this character. I saw like PK Sparks, he was like excited to play. So it was actually somewhat positive. And then the guy who runs the, like the Merrick guy, the guy that runs like that big Pokemon site, he was like, hey man, he's like, yo, look, people are actually somewhat like looking forward to this. So he has like his pulse on the Pokemon community because like he's like the biggest Pokemon guy out there, right? Like I think he runs like the Bulbapedia or whatever. So yeah, it seems like people's minds have somewhat changed. At least those that are willing to give it a chance. Looks better than the original video. I'll give it a shot. Yeah. People do like MOBAs. Yeah, it's people do love MOBAs. It's like I said, it's like, and it's free, so it's not like there's any. It's free to start, so you can just check it out. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, then you don't. You know. Pokemon fans hype for a mobile game. Well, a free-to-play mobile game. But Pokemon fans, yeah, they get hyped for. They like Pokemon. Pokemon fans like Pokemon Masters. Pokemon fans like Pokemon Go. Those are all mobile games, so yeah. Do you think Nintendo should have just included a new Mario Party Stars as DLC for Mario Party 8? Is it Mario Party 8? Mario Party 8? What the hell is Mario Party 8? Mario Party 10 was on the Wii U. Mario Party 9 was on the Wii, right? Mario Party 8? The Wii one? No. What? Wait, for Mario Party on the Wii? The Wii couldn't even really do like a huge expansion like that. It wasn't even possible to do expansions like that on the Wii. What are you talking about? No. How is that even? What games got big expansions on the Wii? What? Kind of off topic, but some dumbos will bring up how Microsoft backtracked the Xbox Live Gold price last year as proof of complaining about price works. Thoughts? The difference with that is that MSRP's always been MSRP. So Microsoft had a set standard price, and then they tried to change it. Now, if Nintendo changed the price, like let's say Metroid Dread came out and it was $70, then yeah, then I could see like some of the backlash that maybe it gets them to change the price if it's different. but it's the same price that their new games have always been. So no, it's not the same thing. It's, once again, that's different. It's not the same thing. Apples and oranges. Well, for the latest Mario Party on the Switch, man. Yeah, your numbers are wrong. You mean that's not Mario Party 8. That would be Mario Party 11 if I'm not correct, right? That would be Mario Party 11 if you're talking about like the next main Mario Party. And no, they shouldn't have included it because it's a whole other game. They completely made a brand new game to it. So why should it be included into that? I don't understand that. I grew up in I was in the GameCube era. They used to release Mario Party games every year on the GameCube. Like there's like legitimately like 4 or 5. The GameCube was only around for 5 years, and there's like 4 or 5 GameCube Mario Parties. So I don't understand why it's been 3 years since the original Super Mario Party. It's a new game. It has over 100 games. The graphics look better. They fine-tuned it with new online play stuff, all that. So they made a new game. So I don't understand what this, like, why should it be an expand? Where's the stop process? Can somebody explain to me the stop process? I don't get it. I don't understand the stop process of it should just be an extension for what? It's a new game. It has 100 mini games plus. That's the full length of a Mario Party game. So I don't understand this. It should be some type of expansion. I don't get it. Can somebody explain to me? Please. I want to know the other side of this. Yo, OJ, your reaction to Shin Megami Tensei 5 made my day. So hyped for it. By the way, have you seen the abandoned PS5 game and how it could be Hideo Kojima's new game? Very suspect stuff going on. To be honest, I'm not hyped for anything Hideo Kojima does at this point. So I don't really care until I actually see the game. After Death Stranding, I'm just very suspect on Hideo Kojima's games. Like whenever his game comes out and I'll see it, I'll play it. But I'm not doing the same thing. I'm not getting lost in the sauce like I did with Death Stranding. I'm good, you know. So no, I'm not gonna be following his little trickles and what his game could be and all this, that, and that. I don't care. I don't like Death Stranding. So, but he used to make great games. I know I love Metal Gear Solid, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Even 5 sucks, but it's objectively good, I guess. But I played and beat all those games, but he doesn't have Metal Gear. He's made some good games out of Metal Gear, but it's been a long time since I've liked something from him. Like the last game that I liked from him that wasn't Metal Gear was like Boktai or something like that, or Snatcher. Those games were pretty good, but those were decades ago at this time. Decades ago. So I haven't played anything from Hideo Kojima that I liked in a long time that wasn't Metal Gear. So we'll see what he does. But thank you for the 10 though, Mr. Zach. Thank you for the 10 Canadian dollars. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. Because I think because they think it's a scam, all people losing their mind. I don't understand why. Based off of what? They remade a bunch of the older Mario Party games and added content to it as well. So I don't understand why it needs to be some type of add-on to Super Mario Party. I don't get it. Why? It's been 3 years. I just don't understand. Like, it's a new game. Like, what does it need to be some type of add-on for? I don't get it. Alright, I'm good on this Final Fantasy music. I feel like I'm about to go fight a random battle or something like that. Let's see here. Sabatis, what's up, OJ? We're burning in Cali, bro. Hope you're having a good one. Nothing while too hype in the Metroid in full effect. Yes, sir. Garcia says there's no thought behind these people. Let's be real. They just don't like Nintendo for some reason. They based against Nintendo. Same stuff happened with the GameCube Wii era. Okay. Kraken Jack says I think people wanted it as DLC because Super Mario Party was kind of lacking, so they wanted this as DLC to flesh it out more and would be more likely to not be full price $60 DLC. If it was lacking, it was lacking. So they should just add it on for what? For a different. It's been 3 years. You're still upset over Super Mario Party? You already knew what you were gonna buy when you bought it then. If you bought Super Mario, Nintendo told you everything that was. Like, I don't understand this thought process. You knew everything that was inside the game. You knew how many boards there were. You knew what the content was. You knew everything that was inside the game. And it's been 3 years. So you had the option of buying it or not. You're not owed anything if you didn't like the last game or if you felt the last game was lacking. So therefore, you just don't buy the last game. But I guess thank you for explaining to me the thought process, but that thought process doesn't connect with me. So I think Death Stranding sucks and it's lacking. So the next Death Stranding game, should that be an add-on to Death Stranding? So if I think if a game's bad and lacking in content, if they make a new game, should that be an add-on to the old game? I don't get that. So if you think something isn't good or if it's lacking, even though you knew exactly what you were getting, and they make something 3 years later, it should be an add-on? Should we apply that to everything? Or should we, is this like a Mario thing? So, I mean, I can understand, like, if you thought it was lacking, sure, I get that. All right, I got you, Juice. Thank you for the 5 earlier, bro. So, like, I'm not even trying to defend it or anything like that. It's like, I'm just trying to, I don't understand, like, if you think something isn't good enough, so therefore you think that, like, 3 years later that you're entitled to just, like, a whole nother thing for, like, as an add-on. I don't get that. So, like, Death Stranding, the what's the new Death Stranding? The PS5 edition. So I think Death Stranding regular sucks. So I should get that new content just as an add-on for free, right? Is that should we also do that too? And I'm like, real talk. I'm trying to be like real here. So is that, so if I bought Death Stranding on PS4 in 2019. So it's been, and the new Death Stranding, or the Death Stranding director's cut's coming out. So therefore I should just get all that for no price. It should just be an add-on, right? Exactly. They still mad about Super Mario Party? Yeah, I guess. I think they're just mad about that. Pay DLC 3 years later. Let's just move on. Yeah, just move on. Like, if you bought Super Mario Party, you paid for it. You knew that the online was trash when it came out. Everybody told you that. You knew what the boards were in the game. You knew everything that was there. If you still bought it, that's on you. That's not on anybody but you. Don't buy the game if it's lacking. If it's not good enough for you, then don't buy it. You're not owed anything afterwards if you don't like something or if you think it's lacking. You're not owed anything. Like I said, I think Death Stranding's lacking. Am I owed something? I'm not owed anything. If they charge $70 for that director's cut, I'm not owed the director's cut. Okay. Keaton Jackson, thank you for the subscription. That's what a weird thought process. It's like saying Diamond and Pearl should be DLC to Sword and Shield. Freaking stupid thought. But yeah, it's weird. Exactly. Yeah, it's just a weird thought process. I don't know. I guess. Whatever. They can say whatever they want. That isn't my viewing on it. I just know. No, that's why I said Kraken Jack. That's why I said thank you for explaining to me. I know that's not your view. You just explained it to me. So thank you. Because I wasn't comprehending why people were upset, but you explained it to me, and I'm like, and I think that thought process is weird, but I didn't understand what the hoopla was about. You know? I'm old. I just said hoopla. Let's see here. People forget that they have choice not to buy a game if it's not worth it. Hello, people still hating on Nintendo over games all the time. Don't play the games then. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, these takes are wild. These takes are wild. Let's see. They still updating Smash. I just thought it'd be the same thing. No, you got to pay for Smash. Actually, if you've bought both updates for Smash, those are characters. Those are not whole on new game modes. Nintendo added a few game modes to Smash after launch. Not really much. They added a few game modes and then they made you pay for characters. You got to pay for Mii outfits. You got to pay for characters. It's been almost the price of the full game. If you bought Fighters Pass 1 and Fighters Pass 2, it's almost $60. The updates to Smash afterwards were nothing in the lines of how big the updates or Super Mario Party is. They added 100 mini games. Smash did not add 100 mini games. Or they added a couple game modes. I think they added tournaments, which were in the previous Smash 4. They added home run contest. And they had like the spirit events, but that was already part of the regular thing. But they didn't add like as much content as what Super Mario Party. They didn't add a whole nother game's worth of content through updates. That's not a legitimate comparison. And if you want the actual real content, which is the characters, that means you got to pay for it. And that is literally almost the price of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like the price of the full game itself. They added Stage Builder, which is something that was already in the previous game. So they didn't add a like Super Mario Party, Mario Party Superstars is a lot more. It's not DLC content. It's 100 mini games remade. And like I said, the graphics have been improved and all that. It's a whole different game. That's not a legit comparison, in my opinion. That's not a one-to-one comparison. So yeah. And once again, they charge for that. You know, they charge literally the price of the game itself. So if you bought both Fighters Passes and Smash Brothers, you spent about $120. So for characters. But in terms of content, you didn't get $60 worth of new game modes or mini games or added single player content or anything like that with the Smash updates. So yeah, with Pokemon fans being hella weird, I won't be surprised if they do think Diamond and Pearl remake should be DLC as Sword and Shield. A lot of people don't think it's worth that price, you know, as it is. I mean, back in the day, that was $40 for the game back in the day, you know, for a Pokemon game. That was $40. And if there's one thing to know about Pokemon games, is that you should buy them physical. If there's just one thing to know about Pokemon games, even if you don't like the game, if you have the extra, you should buy it physical, because it's probably going to be rare in the future, because the Pokemon IP is just valuable. So if you have those old even if you have the 3DS games, if you have the 3DS, the DS games and all that, all of those games are valuable. So I think in 10 years from now or in 20 years from now, Pokemon Sword and Shield, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, all of these games that are coming out now for the Switch are going to be very valuable, considering that you look at the systems that those were on, the handheld systems. The handheld systems, those are Nintendo's most popular systems, right? So Diamond and Pearl, that was on the DS. 3DS, right? Or those are some of Nintendo's best-selling systems. So I would say pick up Diamond and Pearl, even if, just so you can have it, and then maybe later it's worth hundreds of dollars more than what it is. I mean, if you have a clean copy of Heart Gold and Soul Silver, look how much money you made. You know, look how much money you could make. So if anything, it's a collector's item. It's the same price. Nathan, it's $6 for the game. If you adjust for inflation from 2006 to today, $40 was just over $50 today, so it ain't far off. Yeah. So yeah. Let's see, they obviously did a lot more in terms of Mario Party Superstars, so it would have been too much for DLC. Yeah, I think that's a little bit too big for DLC. Smash is complete. Yeah, I mean, if Smash maybe added like, let's say they added like Subspace Emissary, you know, and if they added like Subspace Emissary, they added like a completely new single player offline modes, they added like a bunch of content like that, then I can see the comparison. I can absolutely see it. But they didn't. I mean, home run contest, you just stand there and you hit a beanbag with a bat. Tournament mode, all that. Tournament mode's horrible. You can't customize it. You can't do anything. You just kind of go in there, like it's fat. It's like 2-minute rounds or something like that. It's not even that in depth or detailed. You know, stage builder's pretty good, but I mean, how long are you just gonna sit there and build stages for? You know what I'm saying? So none of that's actual like substantial content. I don't think most people probably wouldn't pay for that, even if it was charged. They wouldn't pay for stuff like that. And it's definitely not content enough to where it'd be like, oh, well, it's worth something. I wouldn't pay for any of those. I wouldn't pay for home run or tournament mode online or anything like that. I know I wouldn't, because you can just run your own tournaments, you know? You can just run your own tournaments like in a lobby. If you want to just run your own tournament in a lobby or whatever, you know, you can just do that. So yeah, dude, I'm hyped for Metroid Dread. It looks lit. Yeah, people are mad about $6 game when N64 was 60. Yeah, N64 games like Pokemon Stadium was $60. He says, nah, 60 is too much for me. If you wait, Nathan, Super Mario Party games go on sale. Like, there's been multiple sales on Mario Party games. Even like Super Mario Party has got multiple sales. So if you just wait, it'll be cheaper later. You pick it up then. If not, then just don't buy it at all. Pokemon Black and White is like $230 on Amazon. It was a $35 game. Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. The DS games they had that weird pricing for DS games. They were $34.99. You guys remember that? Some of you guys might be too young, but yeah, DS games were some of them were $34.99, you know, for DS games. Some of them were $29.99 for some DS games, but other games were $34.99. Nintendo was like, we're gonna get an extra $5 for this one. But to be honest though, the Pokemon games use like fat memory on the DS. Like, they used up the whole DS. Those are some of the most complex games on the DS, like, were the Pokemon games. So I understand like that extra bit, you know. I still have my Pokemon. I have all those old games. Like, I have Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. I have Pokemon Black and White. I have Black and White 2. I have all those. I have Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I have all of them. I have all of them, and I'm just waiting to like they're like $1 billion in the future, and I'm like, all right, now I sell them. Let's see, I put my original gold on a gold chain, and it was stolen. What? Yeah, I got Super Mario Party for 32 during the Mario Celebration this year. Yeah, yeah. If you just wait, it'll be a little bit more. Or it'll be, sorry, a little bit less. People mad about $60. Okay, I already read that. Yeah, $60 back to, yeah, hey, TH3. I purchased myself. Okay? No, I don't think Smash would ever become a 3D arena fighter, no. I purchased myself with my own money in the year 2000 Pokemon Stadium for $60 with tax, with California tax, okay? So it was about $64. I remember going to the mall, okay, riding my skateboard to the mall because I didn't have a car back then, riding my skateboard to the mall and literally busting out dollars, like $17 in ones, $5 in change, a couple fives, a 20, whatever I could scrounge up. I saved and saved and saved and saved and saved. And I remember going to the mall. I saved for so long. I didn't buy it day one because I couldn't afford it. And I remember going there and buying the game and just being so happy that I bought the game day one with my own money that I did from just working, you know, odd jobs and things like that. It was hard to get a job back then. For me, at least, it was. I wasn't young, but, you know, I wasn't old either. But yeah. All N64 games were $60. Not all N64 games were $60. Pokemon Stadium was $59.99. Not all of them were $60. Pokemon Stadium was $59, or was it $69.99? It was $59.99. Not all of them were $60. Not all. Some were cheaper. Some were more expensive. Some were. I think wasn't there like some 64 games that were like $70? Nintendo will not undervalue their IPs. Look at what happened to Crash and Sonic. They're priced low now, and people won't spend $60 on them. Like Crash 4, it's a business in the end. I mean, yeah, you got to keep the quality up too, though. So I mean, some IPs that aren't worth that, obviously, people aren't going to pay for it. But yeah, like Metroid and like Zelda, people are going to pay for that, you know. So yeah, I feel you on that one. Did I join the PS Beta program? No, I didn't join the PS Beta program because I don't care enough to join the PS Beta program. If you told new age gamers this thing called inflation and adjust the dollar value, you would blow their damn minds. New age gamers, no offense to new age gamers, but a lot of them, the ones online, are not smart enough to understand inflation. I'm not saying people that are new age. I'm just saying a lot of people that if you try to explain to them, they don't understand what inflation is. Because they only live in their own timeline. TH3, they only live in their own timeline. It's whatever they feel it is to be. It's whatever the prices are now. They don't know what inflation is. I can tell you that right now. Explaining inflation to people sometimes it's just like when people, if you try to explain inflation to people, they're just like they just start flipping out. Like they short circuit, malfunction. People do not understand inflation. A lot of new age, heck, sometimes even old gamers don't understand inflation. Inflation is something that people just don't understand. To understand inflation properly to its full context, you have to have taken an economics class where that was a key, where they literally told you about the future and they told you about the past. Now, I learned about inflation in economics, but apparently, from what I understand is, TH3, you're on a campus, right? They're not teaching inflation and economics in elementary and in junior high and in high school. From what I understand, economics is an elective now. Is that correct? For those who have is economics an elective? When I went to school, economics was mandatory. But now apparently economics is an elective. So I think that's the problem why kids don't know about stock market or don't know about, inflation or don't know about IP value. They don't know about these things because apparently economics was not taught to them. So yeah. For me it is. For you it is what? The thing about a lot of people have taken economics or probably weren't paying attention as well. Yeah, maybe. I graduated. When I teach my economics class, I'm bringing up inflation. But yeah, it's an elective. Okay, yeah. So lots of parts in the world, it's an elective. Mandatory at your school. Okay, so some schools it's mandatory. Some schools it's an elective. So I think that's another problem. It should be mandatory. It should be economics should be mandatory. It should not be an elective. I think it was required for you. Simple and basic terms is that the value of money increases. You know what I'm saying? Over time. Simplest thing. What something was back then was actually a lot more in today's value, because over time it increases. That's like the simplest way without getting super in depth into it. So, you know what I'm saying? If you paid $50 for something back in, you know, 1999, that's not the same value of $50 now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so basically prices go up. The value in the market, it goes up. What you paid for something back then is not the exact same value as it is right now at this point. Prices change over time. $70. So if you paid $70 for Chrono Trigger, which that was the price of the game, that is not the same as paying $70 for Returnal. You paid a lot more in today's value for Chrono Trigger than you did for Returnal or Ratchet and Clank, because the price has went up. So that's essentially what's going on. It's not one-to-one. Any math courses in general aren't required after 11th grade at my school. Math courses after 11th grade, I think you have to meet a certain minimum, right? I think it was you have to be able to pass, I think for me it was algebra 2 before you before 11th grade. Geometry wasn't required though. You didn't have to pass that to graduate, but you needed to pass basic math, algebra, and algebra 2. I know some places do geometry before algebra 2, but I never passed geometry for some reason. I never passed it because I wasn't paying attention in the class, so I never passed geometry. But I passed calc and stats in college, which is weird because those classes are definitely harder. So, so yeah, I don't know what was going on there, but I'm not amazing at math, to be honest. I'm not amazing at it. I'm much better like at history and English and stuff like that. So. Most schools and colleges have economics as an elective or not at all because it widens the gap between the rich and the poor. Well, I don't think that widens the gap between the rich and the poor. I think that actually can help the poor understand and close the gap if they knew about economics, you know? So I think that's the wrong way of looking at it, you know? Listen, like economics plays a part into everything, you know? I think I've made decisions in terms of like, okay, well, here's what I need to do for my videos. Like even like my own videos and like what I do for like my channel here, that's all based on economics. I'm, okay, well, I do this. I think I'm going to get this many views. I'm going to make this much. I need to make this amount of content. If I do this, this is going to be priced at this. I've got to buy this for my stream. You know, all of it is part of it is math, economics, and stuff that I learned, you know? Now, how good you are at that is refined over time, but that's all part of the stuff that I took out from understanding, you know, the market and understanding what's going on in my space, looking and seeing what's going on. That's all part of economics, looking at the market, looking at different businesses and different things and understanding where you can fit in or what you can do or what's going on in there. So that's how, you know, like, you know, people do things. It's just a part because economics was big, you know, when I was younger, that's just how it was. Like I learned economics in 6th grade. They said, okay, you're going to take an economics class, which I did. I had no idea. I mean, it was an elective back then, so you just go in the class and they just teach you things. But like all of us were too young at, you know, when we're 12 years old, like we're just thinking about buying candy. You know what I'm saying? We're just thinking about buying candy and playing video games. We're not thinking about economics, but they just talk to you about stuff like, hey, this is how things are. There's this thing called the stock market. People buy into it. It didn't make any sense, but we weren't graded. Everybody got an A. Okay, so that's how it was. Same thing goes for 7th and I think 7th grade or 8th grade. Same thing. They just sit you in a room, take about 15-20 minutes. They start talking to you about things, and then you leave. That's all it is. It's an you know, 6th grade they made us do it. 7th, 8th grade it was more like an elective. High school, they made you do it in high school. At least my high school, they made you take it. It's like, hey, you gotta take this, you know. So yeah. What's up, OJ? Didn't know you stream this late. Yeah, I always stream usually this late. Yeah. So yeah, they don't teach stuff like economics as much because that is not on the state tests. Yeah, you're right. They need to get as good scores so the schools get more funding. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Yeah, that's the reason why, because they feel it's not a requirement for students to, you know, it's math, science, you know, stuff like that is more important than knowing your X's and O's about the stock market or knowing how things work in a business, fluid business structure, things like that. That's not important enough to them because that's not going to be on any type of an exam because you're a kid, or at least they still look at you as a kid, you know? So yeah, I can see it both ways, you know? I went some economics from 11th and 12th grade, accounting and international business, but all that is elective. Even my science courses were electives after grade 10. Okay, so, but you have to pass a minimum. Yeah, you have to pass a minimum though. Like for me, you have to pass chemistry. Chemistry was required. Actually, no. That was just college prep. It was required for college prep chemistry. Like, we do things a little bit different here. Like college prep is like, if you want to go to a 4-year school, you got to be able to, you had to have passed chemistry, which I barely passed. I'm not great at science either. Periodic tables and all that stuff were not my strong suit. Not my strong suit, but I passed it, you know. At least the basic economics need to be taught, clear understanding of how things work and why they work that way. Yeah, I think that we wouldn't have these people doing what they're doing now with video game prices and all that and everything if there was a clear understanding of economics. That doesn't mean you can't say something is not worth it. That doesn't mean you have to defend a company's price or whatever the case is. It doesn't mean that, but I think that there would be a better understanding because I really think that people legitimately don't understand the economics of the video game industry or something along with development to where a price is that. They just make two basic comparisons, right? They like, you have to be a basic person to take, like, I'm not trying to be mean, but you have to be somebody that doesn't think very complex to sit there and say, Celeste is like Metroid Dread. It's the same, or Hollow Knight, or Ori, or you have to think at a pretty basic level if that is your first thing to think about before a game that you don't even know about the content of the game or not because you saw that it's 2D. Like, you don't think at a very advanced level if that's the first thing that came to your mind was, well, this game does this, like Hollow Knight, you know? Like, you're obviously not thinking on an economics or an advanced level. That's thinking at a very, very, very basic baseline level. And we have a lot of people, unfortunately, who think at that level. Unfortunately, who think at that level. Unfortunately. Bad memories, organic chemistry, and let sciences. I was primed for a few years. Okay. What's up, just some random guy? In simple terms, everyone be poor. They won't spend. You get a deflation. Government trying to pump money into downturns is to get people to spend. Okay, 1-2% false desirable. Okay. The biggest takeaway from inflation is that understanding that you aren't increasing your income by 3% a year. You are making less money every year because the price of goods increase. Yep, that's part of it as well. When you throw money like it's nothing, it takes more to offset the large amounts being spent. Yeah. So there's a lot of factors to it. But I think at the end of the day, when you look at it, shout outs to Daniel Griffin. Appreciate the subscription. Also Mango6, Mango. Thank you for the subscription. The Par Ted, thank you for the subscription as well. Keaton Jackson, thank you for the subscription. The rules are the same in California as when you were a kid because my little brother's high school does economics and chemistry. Okay, cool. Yeah, still the same as California, you know. But we're like in somewhat of the same area, so curriculum's gonna be somewhat the same, somewhat. You know, they're all trying to get that California state funding, you know. But I think California's a little bit different because I guess economics, obviously, the type of businesses that are here, I think it's very important, you know. Especially if you're gonna stay here. I mean, you know, you have like the tech industry, right? You have a lot of startups. You have all sorts of businesses here, you know, from the, you know what, to all the way up and down, right? So there's all sorts of businesses. So economics, I guess maybe is more of an important factor for people here because some places it's more about like blue collar, right? It's more about, well, I'm gonna go work for this company, and that's my dad worked for this company, his dad worked for this company, and I'm gonna go work for this company. You just don't have as many opportunities. So maybe the curriculum is not as pointed as much. Well, do they need to know about this and that and that? Whereas California, it's like, well, you can be a business person. You can do this. You can have your own insurance places. You have to run it this. Like, there's all sorts of variety, you know, when it comes to California. So I'm guessing it's just more important here than it would be, you know, somewhere else where there isn't as much business and the economy's not that way, you know. So yeah. You need certain credits to get specialized university programs here, but nothing except English, and 30 total credits mandatory for 12th grade to get a simple diploma. So yeah. Anyways, more money will increase per. Okay, you guys are just talking about all sorts of stuff. So if you guys have any video game questions, I'll answer those. For anybody that wants to discuss more economic stuff, you guys feel free to do so. My favorite anime game? Favorite anime game? Right here, baby. Just to toss some fire to the pit. Why do they think it's worth? Why do you think it's worth 60? Do you know how much of the production of the game does it compare to what other games that value in the same way? Well, the reason why I think it's worth 60 is because I've been playing Metroid since the 80s, and I know the value of Metroid games, and I know how good Metroid games are. So subjectively to me, based off of the history of Metroid and what I've played, is definitely worth that price. I paid 40 for Metroid Samus Returns, and this game quality-wise is a big improvement over Metroid Samus Returns. I think it's worth with the new and that was a remake. This is a brand new game. This is a game that has a very new, different type of story with like the robots that are trying to attack you and stuff like that. And I trust the team to make a game that's worth that price, considering that I've been buying and playing Metroid games for a very long time. So that's the reason why, because I have a history with the franchise, and that's just what I think based off of my history. So yeah, that's my thought process. I don't know how much content is in the game. I don't know what the overall length of the game is going to be. I don't know anything like that. I'm simply going off of the quality of what I've been playing for the past 35 years when it comes to Metroid games. And every single Metroid game that I've bought at full price for me has been worth it. So that's just my own opinion on the games. Because I replay the hell out of them. Like I play them over and over and over again. They're just great games. Metroid games have always been good, regardless. And heck, even if you want to go to like Metroid Prime games were amazing. I bought Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3 all full price day one. Well, not day one, but I bought them all full price or near full price. The only one is I didn't have much money when Metroid Prime 2 came out. So that one I did buy when it was cheaper, but I saved up what I could and got Metroid Prime 1 day one, or no, sorry, when it was still 60, or sorry, 50. It was 50 back then, 50. And then Metroid Prime 3, I bought that day one. I was attending Fresno State at the time, and I bought that day one in 2007. So yeah. Let's see. He says, you still talk about Metroid Dread prices? I answered a question about it, Christine. I haven't been talking about it this whole time since when we first started talking about it. What's your favorite part of the gameplay and the trailer of Metroid Dread? For me, it's the new EMMI that stalks you, making the gameplay more tense and adrenaline pumping. Yeah, I think that's one of my favorite things. But I like the fact that you can actually do things to like, you know, you can like turn into like the statue or whatever, right? Like you can have like the camo, you know, so there are other things, and then eventually you'll be able to destroy them, right? Eventually you'll be able to, but I like that fact too. So there's a number of things that I like about the gameplay from what I saw from like the treehouse, but like the trailer was fantastic. I love the seamless shift from 2D to 3D. I love the fact that this is like when you get caught, you are dead. Like, yeah, all of that is very good. I love like it's gonna be harder difficulty, so it's even gonna make it more fun to play. Like I like that they're going in on this game. You know, I love that they're going in on it. So that's also another very exciting thing about the game too. Are you into cars at all, OJ? Cars, like actual real cars? Not really. No, not really. Because I work from home, so there's no point in being into cars. What's up, OJ? I hope your hand is healed. It's good. Hand's good. I personally like the slide, though. I wonder how the morph ball will differentiate from it. Yeah. Maybe the morph ball won't be in there. They haven't showed the morph ball yet. So they showed some of the powers. Like you have like a magnetic hook to where you can kind of like hook in there. The slide is in there, so the slide is good. I like that. So yeah, good stuff. You know, they can have my 600 cents as solid as tea. Yeah. People stuck on that stupid number of games, and something everyone enjoys in different ways. If the game is your style, try it. Otherwise, pass. No pressure. Yeah. The gameplay seems way more fluid than in Samus Returns. The bat slide adds so much more. I I can't wait to play it to myself. Yeah, I think the slide is great because it makes it more fluid. And I think the biggest thing that's going to make it better is like Samus Returns, that's like 30 frames. You know, obviously frame rate's not everything, but playing like a 2D side scroller type of game, like I don't want to play that in 240p. To be honest, like Metroid Samus Returns, it's great. It's a good game, but playing that on like 2017 on the 3DS, that was a bit rough, right? That was a bit rough. When I want to play a Metroid game, like I like playing Metroid games handheld, but I want to play like a fluid Metroid game that like, you know, like Fusion and all that, that's like 60 frames if I'm not correct, all right? Or it felt more fluid, but you know, Samus Returns is still good. But like this is going to run at nice 60, it runs at HD, you can play it portable, you can play it on your TV. Like the versatility of Samus Returns to me makes it worth that extra 20 bucks. Or sorry, the versatility of Metroid Dread makes it worth the extra 20 bucks. Like, I mean, it really does for me. That's crazy, man. I remember back in the day, you felt cool because you could afford to play expensive Nintendo games. Pokemon Stadium, Majora's Mask, they're like 65, yeah. Yeah, it's all good. I auto-corrected your own autocorrect on. The Morph Ball is still in the game? Okay, the Morph Ball is still in the game. Okay, so it's there. I didn't see that part. Because I don't want to spoil the game too much, so I didn't watch everything like with the Treehouse gameplay. Because like, I'm good. I don't really need to see any more of Metroid Dread. Like, I'm actually good. I just want to play the game now, you know? So yeah. Oh, it's in the trailer. Okay, she curled up. Okay. Sorry, I was so hyped. I forgot. I need to watch the trailer over and over. I need to watch the trailer some more. Yeah, I was so hyped. I probably wasn't paying attention. I was just focusing on like the robots and all that. I meant like, did they show the Morph Ball in the actual gameplay? Like more like in the Treehouse Live gameplay? Did they show that more in the Treehouse Live? I don't know if they did that. It was in the trailer, yes. Now that I look back, yeah, you're right about that. It was in the trailer. Saw enough to cop, yeah. Same, I had to avoid the Treehouse too. Yeah, I didn't want to watch the Treehouse game. Like, I saw enough. As soon as I saw Samus, dude, I was sold and I was like hype. As soon as I saw Samus drop down and it said Metroid 5 and that what I was like over the moon. I'm like, cop, I don't care, 100%. As soon as I saw that, that's what made me break I think that's what made me break it. That's what made me break my It was Samus Returns that said, I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna break it. My pinky literally went. It literally was like. Bones on your hands are so feeble these days. Like, I mean, you think about it, they should be stronger than what they are, aren't they? Like, it shouldn't have been so easy for my pinky to get knotted like that. But it's fine. I popped it back into place. It's good. I just can't, like, doing this hurts. Like, if I do this, that hurts a little bit. There's like some tension right here. But overall, it's still, it's functional. It works. It's good enough. If I don't need it, we'll just cut it off. I don't need my pinky. I need my thumbs though. Thumbs and these fingers I need. This one, I don't need it. If I don't need it, I don't need it. But pop it out. Just, it's gone. I don't need the pinky. Pinky's gone. Pinky's gone. We don't need it. Morph Ball was not in the Treehouse, but people say they show it for a second. Yeah, the trailer. We need to evolve. We do need to evolve. People definitely need to evolve. We need to evolve to be able to take a few bullets too, like better, and not like die so easily. Like that's the next human evolution. You shouldn't be able to get popped a few times and like you're like there should be like skin hardening. Like you ever watch like the movie Spawn? Like humans should be able like to harden a bit more, like their skin be able to like tense and harden to the point to where it can like deflect or it can like ricochet. Like that should be like the next thing, in my opinion. Like you should be able to tense a bit and it, or just like, or it won't penetrate the skin. We're too fleshy sometimes. We're too soft. We die too easily, you know, sometimes. So I think that's the next form, you know, that's like the next thing one of these days, probably way distant future. And like we should be able to jump higher too and take a falls from higher. I think that we're not humans just deep. Some people can jump high, but we should be able to jump higher. Like I think people should be able to jump like jump on top of like a basketball. like a basketball like rim, like you should be able to jump and land on top of like the 10-foot and then jump down and not hurt your legs. Like that should be something too. I think that we have too many limitations on people. Let's see here. Attack on Titan Heart. Yeah, something to where like if you get shot, it's not like the like oh, oh! like something to where like if you take one, it's not oh no, blood spurt, oh! Like you know, something like that, like something to where it's not like the end of the like bro, you in trouble if you get shot, like something like that, to where it's like you take a bullet and it's not, you gotta stop the bleeding, wrap something on there, you're gonna bleed out, you know, like something like that, to where like you can take a few at least, you know, take a couple, or at least protect yourself better without having like a bulletproof vest or something like that. That'd be like the next thing, you know. And I think our skull should be way like more like to the point to where it can't be like, it's still pretty, our skull's pretty strong, right? But it should be better. It should be better, in my opinion. So yeah. I don't think it should be based on height. It should just be based off of like, it should just be like, we should just be able to jump higher. That's all. Like jump higher and resist damage from higher falls, you know? That's what I think that we should be able to do. Which I think is going to be achievable, but it's not going to be until we get like cybernetics, you know? It's not going to be until we get like cyborg type of stuff, so people get like implants. Like it's going to happen, and eventually it's going to evolve into people implant, like, you know, getting leg like upgrades, arm upgrades, like certain, like people are going to do that. It's just, that's just something that's going to happen, because there's going to be the next level of, you know, espionage and warfare that people want to do, right? And if they can implant you and you can be a better soldier, or you can be a better, you know, better spy or whatever, they're gonna do it when the technology's there and ready and people are willing, somebody's willing to pull the trigger on that, you know? There's never in my life not doing, yeah, I would never do it either, but eventually, like in the future, when it becomes more, when somebody does it and then somebody else does it and then somebody else does it, eventually it'll become to where more and more people will want to do it, where it becomes normal. Implant a second heart. I think eventually, far in the future, not in our lifetimes, people will do crazy stuff, yeah. But who knows? Actual cyberpunk will happen. It will, like, people will, like, I think that's very clear. Have you guys seen the picture? Have you guys seen the video of the dude who has a fully functional cybernetic arm? Right? Most people can't have that are amputees. But there's a dude that legitimately connected to his brain stimulants. His arm was, he lost his arm and has a full cybernetic arm that he can control. Like, that's just, and that was back in 2013. It was like Deus Ex like type of stuff, you know? That was years ago. But obviously that's not going to be normal. It's too expensive. Obviously that's just not something that people can just do. But distant future, when it becomes more common, or when it becomes more easier for people and more research firms that are willing to do that, people willing to do it, then yeah, it'll happen, you know? So it'll happen, but we'll see. We'll see. Obviously, that's a whole different conversation, I guess, for a different day, right? So yeah. Real life Winter Soldier. Yeah. Everyone please, Nintendo gods will reveal the final Smash character before the Fall Direct. It's time to move on. Yeah, you know what? Well, it'll probably be revealed at the Fall Direct or at the Game Awards. The final Smash character will probably be revealed at the Game Awards, because the Game Awards is going back to being live in person with Keeley. So I'm guessing Nintendo's gonna be like, all right, Game Awards, final character, you can play it right now, you know? Like, I'm guessing that's what's gonna happen, and then that'll be the end of it finally. So yeah. End goal is transhumanism. Man, that'd be crazy. Into robots? I don't know. like losing your humanity, you know? I think there'd be a lot of infighting between that, like between the people who do that and the people who stay human. There's been plenty of games that are like that, right? Like where you have the, I mean that concept has been looked into lots of times. Darth Wesker, or Darth-esque. Darth-esque. I don't know how to say the name. Thank you for the Twitch Prime. I appreciate that, homie. Thank you. Appreciate the support. Samus. I don't know if it'll be a companion. We'll have to wait and see. Just looking to CRISPR? Cas9? With gene editing could make a human's peak ability? Yeah, dude. I bet. Mystical. I bet. They're already studying all that stuff anyway, so I'm guessing it'll happen one of these days. I'm guessing like some government is going to have a super secret project where they enhance a soldier or something, like a spy or something like that, to be able to do crazy type of things. Like I'm guessing that type of stuff's already in the talks, the works. There's no way that it's not. I guarantee you some countries have the certain top secret projects that are going to do that, you know, they're going to do that, you know. So favorite Metroid? My favorite Metroid game? Super Metroid. Super Metroid is probably my favorite Metroid game. Yeah, Super Metroid. What's up, some dude? Super Serum. Dark Synchron, yeah. Of cars falling from the sky and people freeze it in poses like Cyberpunk. I don't know about all that. Although I did say I thought that there was going to be hover cars in the year 20. I mean, if you were around in the 80s, or if you were around back in the day, you would have, everybody thought there would be hover cars by the year 2000 or by the year like 2020. If you told me in 1990, are there going to be hover cars in the year 2020 or 2021? I would have said 100% yes. Hover cars, hoverboards, very common. Like there's no way most people would have said, yeah, there's going to be hover cars and hoverboards common. And that didn't happen. So yeah. At least there are, but it's not at a consumer level yet. Hover technology has been around for a while, right? And theoretically, yes, you can build a hover car, you can build a hoverboard, but for consumer use, no, you can't build it for consumer, not yet at least. So yeah. Thank you. Is it Sidhu? Gaja? Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. Through Blade Runner 2017, I think. Bruh, I'm telling you. So y'all were watching too much Back to the Future. Yeah, that's true. Back to the Future definitely aided into that. I can't sit there and lie. I did watch Back to the Future and was like, yeah, like this is I see it. But the reason why people thought that is because Back to the Future was such a good movie and it looked so realistic, you know, that was gonna happen. And we remember in the 80s, we went from, or even from, like, if you think about it, right, 60s and 70s, we went from not having any type of technology that was normal, like big old huge arcades, right? Like in order to play a video game, I mean, you had some of the other systems, right? Yeah, like there were some other old school systems that people made and all that, but the graphics weren't as complex as arcades and all that. So we went from, you know, 60s and 70s not having that type of stuff to 80s. You had a home console, you had the NES, you had the Sega Master System came out, and things advanced very quickly when it comes to graphics and when it comes to technology, right? There was things, computers, the home computer, you know, before in the 60s, like big old huge computers, like a mainframe, right? So it didn't take long for these things to advance. So it was only natural for someone to think, okay, well, in the 60s or whatever, like at UCLA, you see those pictures of a big old huge mainframe computer. That was a computer in the 50s and 60s. And then by the 80s, even for some people 70s, you had a computer in your house. That was not this massive thing. So it's not far-fetched to think in the 80s or in the early 90s that we would have a car or whatever the case is, and it would transform like a hoverboard, right? We had skateboards. Well, yeah, why can't it hover, you know? So that's the reason why people thought that, because we saw pretty good growth in terms of technology. But unfortunately, while technology's gotten better now, it's not like it's changed a lot. It's just been like better graphics, more sleek, but operating systems change. There's been advances, but it's still the same thing. It's not different than the damn computer that you would sit down there. I mean, yeah, there's iPads and there's phones and stuff like that, but it's still the same as it was back then, you know? So that was the problem. You know, that's the problem. So that computers were Dexter's lab. Yeah, exactly. So we advanced. I was like, okay, things are moving along. By the time that I'm like, you know, in my 40s or whatever the case is, things are gonna be pretty good. I'm gonna have a hoverboard. You know, I'm gonna have a hoverboard. I'm gonna have a car. I'm gonna have a hover car or hovercraft. I thought there was gonna be like jet moto. Like that's what I thought there was gonna be, like jet motos. Like I can ride like a motorcycle that like hovers. Like that's what I like. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna buy me a jet moto. That's what I used to say. I thought there was gonna be like people are gonna be like jet moto. That's what I thought it was gonna be, and I was wrong on that too. We still got the same motorcycles that we got. The motorcycles that you guys see today are the same motorcycles that I saw back in the 80s or that I saw back in the early. Nothing's changed. It's the same motorcycles. Harley Davidson, the same sport bikes. I used to watch me and my brother, we used to watch, sometimes we would rent the game Kawasaki, like the Kawasaki motorcycles, where they'd be like, and doing all that. It's the same Kawasaki motorcycles today. There's no change. It's the same, it's been 30 years. Yeah, there's some obviously better advancements in mechanical engineering, but it's still the same. They're still driving the same way. They're still doing the same thing that I used to play on Kawasaki on the Super Nintendo. I was like, this is a sham. That, if anything's a fraud, it's today's technology. That's the fraud. It's that the advancements in technology are not what I want it to be. That's the fraudulent thing here. I was scammed. You know? So yeah. Do you think we are getting Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD collection this year? Easily can port them to Switch. I don't know if it's an easy port, but yeah, I think it's potential to come. I don't know about this year though. I think maybe next year. Hey, what's up, Rip Mac? Alberta, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate that. Where's my Falcon hover car? Yeah, that's another reason why I thought there was gonna be hover car F-Zero, dude. I'm like, oh, look at this F-Zero. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got hover car jumping, hitting ramps and all that. I'm like, oh, there's gonna be Jet Moto was like what was that? The mid 90s for mid to late 90s for Jet Moto. I was like, yeah, there's no problem. 20, 30 years, we're good. It's pretty crazy how tech has advanced since the ENIAC 30 feet computer to so powerful machines that we can hold. Yeah, that's true. You're right. Like, this is insane, right? This is more powerful than any huge. Like, this is more powerful, like a million times more powerful than any huge mainframe computer back in the 60s and all that. But at the end of the day, it's still not, to me, like, in terms of other technology. This is crazy, right? You're right about this. Like, people would have freaked out. But then again, there were cell phones in the 80s. So just keep that in mind. There were people, not everybody. Some people did have cell phones in the 80s, so it's not as far-fetched. Now, obviously, this is way more advanced, way better, blah, blah, blah. But there were people with a big old fat cell phone in the 80s. So if you told people, hey, one of these days, there's going to be a phone with a screen on it, yeah, movies had that all the time in the 80s. Like, you would see fake cell phone, like smartphones. Like, people would be like in those like sci-fi. So even in the 80s, people knew that, oh yeah, there's probably going to be some type of phone that you can hold in your hand that has some type of screen that you can access the internet or access things. Like, that wasn't a far-fetched idea to people in the 80s too. Just the technology, the money just wasn't there. But that wasn't a far-fetched idea for a lot of people, at least younger people at that time period. Yeah, younger people, you know? Or people in tech, people that work with computers and all that. Yeah, we all thought that. It was just a matter of technology actually advancing, you know? FDLX, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Remember the small window of time car phones were a thing? Yeah. I remember that. Yeah. Can't forget the whole James Bond smartwatch. We got those now too. Yeah, yeah. The James Bond smartwatch. Yeah, they can do anything. Yeah, shooting lasers and stuff. I think Google Glass was another one, but it didn't take off. But it wasn't super practical at the time. Yeah. Did you watch the leaderboard on the Metroid timeline? The watch leaderboard on the Metroid timeline? What does that mean? So Star Trek had flat screen TVs and smartwatches in the 80s. Yeah, exactly. Star Trek and all that type of, I mean, we people back then, we all envisioned that stuff. The movie industry, we all knew that was going to happen. The thing about it is, like, it's not surprising because we knew it was going to happen. Like, when for example, when I saw the first smartphone or whatever, I wasn't like, whoa, whoa, I wasn't all going all nuts. I was like, oh, it's about damn time. Like, that's like, when I saw a tablet, I wasn't like, oh my gosh. I was like, what took so long for a tablet to get here? That's what I was thinking to myself, like legit, and I'm not no cap. When tablets and like smartphones, like when the iPhone first came out or when certain smartphones, I'm like, BlackBerry, I'm like, okay, great. Like, I wasn't blown away or I'm like, okay, took them long enough and it's expensive, but I'm like, but I wasn't, was anybody, for those that are older, were you blown away when a tablet was released? When you saw the first tablet? I don't think anybody was blown away. They were like, oh, it's about time. We should have had this 20 years ago, you know? So nobody, and like there was like pagers, right? People had pagers. We knew about this type of stuff back in the day. Just tech wasn't there. The money wasn't there, whatever the case was for that to get it. But nobody was blown away by tablets or smartphones back in, like when those first came out. No, I know I wasn't. I know I wasn't. I was just like, okay, we were looking at this stuff from the 80s, you know? Says, no, not really the answer. So that's what I mean by, like, yes, technology is advanced and it's great and it's more powerful, but it's not like anything that we didn't see. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like anything that we didn't know was going to happen, you know? So there's also that, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, though, you know? Remember the mini computers in the 90s? Yes, sir. Yeah, absolutely. Little mini computers. Yeah. Yeah, I remember as a kid envisioning sort of small pocket computer device everyone would be carrying around. Yeah. Well, because they made toys like that too, though. Like you would get like back in the, like they would make toys that were like little computers for kids. You know, so I mean, it was the next thing would be, oh yeah, we'll actually have that, you know? I remember those first smartphones and tablets running on slower. My OG big chunky DS. In terms of tech, I found the DS more impressive than the first smartphone. Yeah, I think that there's definitely some parallels. Yeah, the DS, like with its touch and all that. Where I was like, oh, that makes sense when I see the tablet. Yeah, exactly. It was like a, oh, you know, like it was cool, but it wasn't anything like revelation. I think like the last time that I had a revelation of tech was like the Super Nintendo. Like the Super Nintendo to me was like, wow. Like when they did like mode 7, like in your home, because I was still playing arcades back then. But when I saw that mode 7 graphics, I was like, wow, this is it. Or like even, I would say a close second for me for tech would be like HD. Would be like the first HD tech. Like when I first saw HD, because going from crusty 480p, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case is, or some games do better than others, like anti-aliasing, whatever the case is, or better edges or lines, but going from the tube TVs to the crisp HD, that was like, okay, this is dope. You know, this is good, but you know, but yeah. This is John Connor hacked an ATM with an Atari handheld computer. Are you interested in Legend of Mana next week? Yeah. I'll check it out for sure. Neuralink tech is crazy. He claims they'll be able to do things like make stroke victims' limbs work again by having electrodes go to the specific part of the brain that is dead. That's awesome. If you can get that done, I think Elon Musk, he has the money and the funding to be able to get some of this stuff done that we're talking about. If anybody, I think Elon Musk will be like the elusive man from Mass Effect one of these days. I think he's gonna be that guy. He's got enough money. That money's got to go somewhere, and I think it's gonna go to elusive man stuff. You know, it already kind of is a little bit. There's probably some shady back end stuff that he's doing with all that money. There's no way that it just sits there. No way. The Ghostbusters backpack was a high-tech toy back in the day. Yeah, I didn't get to play with it unless it was at my grandma's. Yeah. It's all good, Jayo. But, hey, take it easy, Master Dragon. Thanks for coming out to the stream. Appreciate it. Hustle becomes Cerberus. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, I see Elon Musk sitting down in that chair with that galaxy thing and just having cybernetic eye implants, dude. I'm telling you, man, he's gonna do it. I think Elon Musk is working on ways to extend his life way more than what a normal lifespan is working on. That's just me though. That's just me and my crazy. I have no proof of this. I have no proof. This is just a crazy OJ conspiracy theory. But I think he's working on extending life way further than what it is normally, like what you would expect. Because I think he doesn't have any plans on dying in like his 80s or 90s or whatever, or however long, like what's the like 80s or 70s, 80s. I don't think he has any plans on that happening to him, at least. There's no way he plans on doing that. There's no way. Not with the amount of money he has, no way. So I think he's working on ways to artificially extend life crazy amounts and be, you know, higher quality of life through cybernetics, longer, like, you know, to no longer be old, like decrepit, you know, like walk all, like, I think he's working all sorts of back end stuff that we just don't know about, man. If you're rich, if you're that rich, why wouldn't you? Psh, if it was like a group of, if it was me, I would. Yeah, if I had like a group of rich people, I'd be like, bro, we got billions. Let's just set aside. I mean, with enough research, anything, almost anything can be researched and be, I wouldn't say it could happen, but money can fund all sorts of things, like research to where you can do things that obviously wouldn't happen without it, right? So I'm pretty sure he is. I'm almost positive him. This is my own conspiracy theory. Him and like a couple other billionaires, younger billionaires, are doing the same thing. Like they're all in it, you know? That's what I think. But like I said, there's no proof, and I'm crazy. So like, I have no proof of this, and I'm not even gonna say and try to. If you say that I'm wrong, I would say yeah, I'm probably wrong. That's just my own crazy OJ conspiracy thought process, you know? Be able to secure Metroid Dread Collector's Edition. I wasn't able to secure Metroid Dread Collector's Edition, not yet, but I got the amiibos. Nintendo will probably send me one though. But even if I don't get one, I don't really care. I'll just buy the regular one. Yeah. So every rich dude. I don't know if every rich dude is doing that, because a lot of rich people, they all look all old. They all look all old and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like they all look like, I don't know if they are. I don't know if all rich people are doing that. I think a lot of rich people are just like, they just know they're like all rich people, they might not want to live like for like super long or anything like that, you know? Like some rich people, they don't want to. They're just like, all right, whatever, whenever's my time, it's my time. Like, you know? But I think that Elon Musk is, I just think that Elon Musk, because of his mind, he's built different than some of these other super rich dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he has any plans on aging normally. That's all I'm trying to say. And I could be completely wrong, but I think it's just because he has a crazy, I mean, obviously if you research Elon Musk, he's legit a psycho. So he's insane. So he's like the mad scientist type of dude, you know? So the fact that like he's built different than like the next rich dude, like somebody else that's rich, you know what I'm saying? Like he's nuts. So that's the reason why I think him, it's a bit different than other rich dudes, you know? Yeah, exactly. Most rich dudes are just fine with give them like 7 mistresses, you know what I'm saying, and like yachts, and let them just live the best life that they can while they have their money and just do whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all see that picture of Jerry Jones a couple years ago? Jerry Jones, like 80 years old, or even like, what's his face, Robert Kraft, or Jerry Jones, they out there, these dudes like 80 something out there with super young women on yachts, you know what I'm saying? Like, going to massage parlors and all this thing. They just want to spend their money. They got enough money for women and for just buying their their yachts and their big cars and like, look at Floyd Mayweather. Dude just boxes, makes hella money, has revolving door of women. I don't think he cares about. He just wants to just have whatever he wants when he wants it. You know what I'm saying? He ain't worried about, oh, well, if I live for this long. He's just like, hey, I'm gonna live the best life that I live for as long as possible. I'm gonna have the best health care money can buy, and when it's my time, it's my time. But until then, I'm living it up. You know? So yeah. So I think that's just how it is. Does Jeff Bezos looks like Lex Luthor? Oh man, I bet Bezos is in that too. In that with Elon. But then anyway, they don't like each other, right? So never mind. Because I worry about things like Neuralink. If you're linking your brain with a computer that can link to the internet, the government could do nefarious things. But even if they don't, what about hackers? Yeah, you're right about that. That comes with the risk. Skeleton, you're right about that. But that's all part of the risk with all this stuff. Technology is a risk in general. Health, like certain medical practices and things are a risk in general. There's always a risk associated with any human advancement, you know, whether it's technological or even normal. There's always a risk, right? But that's the whole exciting part about everything is that, yeah, that all that could happen. So it evolves into the next phase of things. Well, how do you stop that from happening, right? Like you have like people, then you have like, okay, well, we need like police. So we have like FBI, or we have like things that are set to keep order. So we probably have like a cyber division, right? So before we never had a cyber division back in the day, like back in the 1800s, there was no cyber division. But then once we actually had technology, which crimes can happen, right? Cyber crime is very, very prevalent. Well, now we need cyber, you know, stuff to take care of that. So whenever there's something new that gets introduced that can be a threat, that can be a positive, but also be a negative, we need to take appropriate measures to try to see what we can do to counteract that. So whatever happens with that, if there's like people that are hackers, that if we get those type of things like with Neuralink, well, we need a whole nother thing to try to stop stuff like that. So that's the exciting thing about it. It's a yin and a yang. You got to think about it that way with life. Anything that's good, there will be bad. You know what I'm saying? Video games, fun, good. Well, you know what? There's going to be crazy things and bad things about video games. There's going to be crazy people that try to ruin your parade. There's going to be all types of things. So there's always, life is a yin and a yang, regardless, no matter what, no matter everything. Food, you need food to eat, right? Food is great. Then again, there's a lot of bad food. There's a lot of bad things that if you eat too much of it, it can negatively affect you. So food is also yin. There's good and bad with food, right? Everything is yin and yang. So think about it that way and hope and pray for the best, right? So that's just kind of how I feel. That's my take on life. It's that it doesn't matter what you do. Like my YouTube channel, OJ, you're doing okay, man. You got 77,000 subs. You got people that support and all that. Yeah, well, I got a lot of racist people. I got a lot of people that say stuff to me. A lot of people that sit there and try to say certain stuff. There's a yin and a yang with everything, right? There's gonna be people that talk trash to me. It's not gonna be all sunshine and rainbows because I have a channel where hundreds of people watch or thousands of people watch my videos. There's gonna be stuff that people say to me and people do things to me because it's a yin and a yang, even with anything, with everything. You get a smartphone. Sometimes you stay on the smartphone too long. Blah, blah, blah. Maybe it hurts your eyes in the future. Who knows? You know? Two sides to everything. Elon just playing life with the season pass unlocked. Bezos just paid $70 for the multiplayer only games. Yeah. Yeah. But dear God, that's why I have invested in spaceships that are never going anywhere instead of people living on the planet we are on. Well, because they want to colonize Mars. You know, that's what the people they want to do. Like they want to find like Mass Effect. Like some people feel that if you go there, you go to some of these planets, that you'll find some type of technology that can get us out of this solar system, and create like a you got to play Mass Effect. You got to know what I'm talking. Like Star Wars, right? Like Star Wars or Mass Effect. Like you got to, like, I do think that there might be some like Mass Effect-ish out there. I do think that though. Like I just think that, man, like there's gotta be, bro. Like there's gotta be like some like massive. Like the world's just too crazy, you know. So I don't know. But yeah, man. OJ, do I have a PS5? I do have a PS5. Watch my videos, Ninja Naruto, Nightman. Yeah, I talk about it all the time. I talk about Returnal and other games that are on PS5, Ratchet and Clank. So yeah. And I literally have an unboxing and a review of the PS5. I talk about PS5 games too. And if you watch my videos, anything but PS5, I say that I have one. So yeah. You do a great job of managing your channel. Being genuine is a great way of filtering out the hate. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. You know, just gotta be you and just have fun. You know, some type of aliens out there for sure. I don't know, humanoid looking though. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, definitely something. I'm not gonna get too much into that, but yeah, for sure. I think the best thing about Mass Effect though, I think the best thing that I would say to play Mass Effect, why you should play it, is because Mass Effect teaches you no matter who you are, what color you are, what species you are, what race you are, everybody is everybody, and anybody of what you think can be different than what you think and what they are, and you got to treat everybody for who they are individually. I think that's what Mass Effect teaches you the most, because there are aliens that have a certain perception to them, but not everyone acts that way. There are people that are different types. There's humans that act certain ways. There are people that don't do that. And if you do all the side quests and you're nice to people and stuff like that, people come around like, oh, well, I didn't know humans are like this, or oh, I didn't know the Krogan are like this, or I didn't know somebody. And like people learn, and people like the species evolve, and like you change people's minds about certain types of species or about humans or about this. So I think that's like the best takeaway from Mass Effect, at least my opinion. It doesn't matter, you know, like it doesn't matter, you know, whatever you are. I think if people had that thought process, I think the world would be a much better, you know, much better place. That's my takeaway from it. Doesn't matter what you are, who you are, where you are, whatever. People are people. Treat everybody how you'd like to be treated, and you know, at the end of the day, we all live and breathe, you know, the same way for the most part. Yeah, interstellar means of travel, but that's gonna be so far from now. So Mass Effect says 21, what is it, 21 something? But we were late to space travel though. We were very late to it. There were other species that had already mastered space travel and found Mass Effects thousands of years before we did. Well, no, not even thousands, tens of thousands. The Protheans, even before then, the Protheans. There was space travel millions of years ago, according to Mass Effect. Like there was all sorts of stuff. The Protheans are just the most prevalent in this current time space, you know. But yeah, space travel had been around for millions of years. So humans were the coolest thing about Mass Effect is that like like there's like stories of like here like humans being abducted by aliens. In Mass Effect, you find out who those aliens were. They were the freaking Protheans. So I think that's like one of my favorite thing about Mass Effect, because like, you know, growing up back in the day, like we used to always, oh, aliens, they abduct you, they probe your brain. They don't necessarily kill you. I mean, they can, but they usually just want to study you. Then they send you back down, right? And in Mass Effect, you learn, oh, well, wait a minute, the people that did that were the Protheans. You know, like they're the ones who did that. They were studying us. They were doing, and they were on Mars. They were studying us. They were abducting some of us, looking at us, studying us, and they're saying, oh, well, these people are primitive. Should we uplift them? Should we not? Like they were deciding whether to force us to join. They were deciding whether to uplift us and force us to join the Prothean nation, the Prothean army. But they found us too primitive, too Neanderthals. They're like, nah, they haven't advanced enough yet for us to do this, you know. So that's what they were. So like, nah, they're way off. So we're just gonna leave them alone, you know. So yeah, Mass Effect 8 ain't reality though. I'm very well aware that Mass Effect ain't reality. DeAndre Hudson. I'm almost positive that I'm very well aware that it's not reality. We're simply talking theoretically. We're not talking actual reality. I know it's a video game, my man. It's a video game. I'm aware of that. So Protheans represent what we call grays. What do you mean by gray? What's that? I've never heard of that term that you're talking about. If you go live on Discord as well, asking you make use of the stage feature. Live on Discord? No, I don't go live on Discord. I have a Discord though for members. We'll never achieve incidental child until we stop relying on fossil fuels. Yeah, we got to do something. We got to find some other type of technology. Absolutely. Some other type of technology to get that done. 2024, Elon colonizes Mars. 5 years later, Emperor Elon declares new law. In the UFO world, a typical alien description you see are called grays. I never knew about UFO world. The typical alien No. I forgot what they called us though. I don't know if they called us humans. I'm not sure. I don't know what they called us. I forgot. I need to go back and look at the lore. Valhalla's worth buying for 35. Nah, Assassin's Creed games aren't worth it till they're like 20 bucks. What's up, Faceless King? My hand's good. I did not know that. I did not gray or green. Okay, I did not know that. Okay, I did not know. Gotta study my UFO technology more. My UFO history more. Yeah, I've heard the term grays. Yeah, I've never heard of that term. Okay. So if aliens are real, I hope that they're peaceful. Not necessarily. If we're going based off of Mass Effect. Let me go to Deontay's point here. This is I know it's not reality, so let me just make sure that I put that out there so Deontay doesn't get on me again. But in Mass Effect, the first time that we met aliens was knowingly the First Contact War. That was the Turians, and they were not friendly. It was a standoff essentially, you know. So where there was a settlement that we were on that the Turians saw, that we ran into them, and it was a war. It was the First Contact War. So it was not a friendly thing, but yeah, hopefully they're friendly. Hopefully. If there are aliens AI, I hope they are sexy. You want like Edie? Rain Peaceful, doubt they would be. Yeah, that's true. Yo, Chalice DJ with the $10 says, yo, just thought I'd show some love. Hey, thank you so much, Chalice DJ. Thank you for the $10. I appreciate that, JoJo boys. Let's get it. Thank you for the support, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. That's awesome. My man, Chalice DJ, thank you for the big time support, man. $10. $10 holla. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. All right. Shout out to my man Chalice DJ, man. Looking good in the profile pic. All right, guys. So we have hit our time for today. 3 hours. That's usually my limit. I've got to get some more editing done. All right, guys. Check this out. I've got plenty of videos. We've got Black Keely videos coming, or a Black Keely video coming up. We've got Metroid Dread coming up tomorrow morning. Zelda theory coming. Zelda analysis / theory going in with the game. Metroid Dread, Black Keely, a brand new series that's coming up on the channel as well. Comedy / non-comedy / discussion videos. We've got all sorts of cool stuff. So please, if you have not checked out my video for today, please make sure you do so. I talk about some of the missing E3 games. Some of the big games that were missing from E3 and when we can see them in a fall direct. That's up on the channel right now. Tomorrow morning, big Zelda video as well. Big Zelda video as well. So I've got all sorts of E3, post E3 analysis, new types of content, new shows, videos, all sorts of stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun on the channel. We're looking to expand, get to this 80K, then we'll be on the downside to 100K. So we're doing it, man. So thank you guys so much for the subscriptions. Thank you guys so much for the support. Let me go over the donations for today and all that. So Chalice DJ, thank you for the support. Appreciate that. Zach, thank you for the 10. Juice, thank you for the 5. Michael, thank you for the 10. Mac Mega, thank you for the 10. Chaos by Design, thank you for the 20. Me World, thank you for the 4.99. Juice, thank you for the 5. Juan in a Million, thank you for the tune in to your pledge. African Triforce, thank you for the 5. Dawson, thank you for the 30. Nate, thank you for the 5. Jeffrey Tucker, thank you for the 10. Chaos by Design, thank you for the 15. Arnold, thank you for the 10. Sebastian, thank you for the 5. YZ, thank you for the 10. Appreciate that, guys. Really, I do. It helps keep these 3-hour-plus streams going. So thank you guys so much. I really do. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for the donations, man. It really does help out. Your boy can actually eat. I can actually keep the lights on in the village. Keep the lights on. So thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate that. Let's see. YZ, thank you for the 10. Nate, thank you for the 5. Arnold, thank you for the 5. Sam B, thank you for the 5. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the new subscriptions too. Appreciate that, you guys. So you guys have a nice night. Thank you guys for the discussion. Very good. My camera's going blurry. 4K camera, $2 camera going blurry. And we will see you guys tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. Be there, be square. Brand new video, Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. My first dedicated Breath of the Wild 2 video, so I'm very excited for that. So make sure you guys check that video out. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, so we're gonna have an earlier stream, and yeah, so I'll see you guys then. All right, guys, love y'all. Bye.